goes 3?
So there's 3.
That's because it's Zach. You don't only do 3 at a time.
No, it can, but I went out on accident.
Okay,
So
so
let
it
me
has to be
ask-
Papa Watch podcast.
Yeah.
That's the one that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Adam.
I sent it.
Okay.
And then
Yes,
mute
sir.
yours. Yeah, mute it.
Did you accept it? Oh, there you go.
Now mute it.
Did you adjust
And keep yours.
where you're gonna put it?
My what?
Like you're not gonna move this.
All right, cruise.
I didn't think I
Yeah,
don't
try to
know.
keep it
So how does it
still,
look
so we
on how does it look on the live?
That's good.
Is it good? I can keep it right here so it can be perfect. Yeah.
Put it
You can set it right
set
there.
it
So
right
it's
here.
good for you to talk. Because this is I'm gonna talk like this. So as long as this doesn't move from here, this is straight for me.
All right, and I got the GoPro recording for YouTube. Huh?
Move your angle.
What?
Move your angle.
Oh.
Somebody came off. You came off again.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I got off. No, it's me that got off. It's fine. Don't worry about
Alright,
it.
don't worry
It's, I ain't stressing.
Alright.
Oh, now I'm back on, I guess.
This is already a lit as live. We good.
Yeah, fact.
We good.
We good money.
All right.
Sounds echoey though.
A little bit.
That's because we're in the live. I don't
But-
know what they do.
Do you guys hear an echo?
Wait for the response. There's somebody else.
And does anybody speak Spanish? No.
You're saying, don't you speak Spanish?
Do you hear it echo?
So they saying something?
Mute one more. John says mute one more.
There we go, John.
But
That's
who's
the sound
who's
effect.
not muted?
I'll mute it.
No.
So then it's.
Chris Stan, are you muted?
This.
Are you sure?
Wait.
Volume down.
Yeah, I'm on.
No, you gotta
Oh,
click
that's
your
not
picture.
muted.
No, you gotta click your picture and click mute.
There you go. We're good now. What about now, John?
Are we good now? Oh, you don't even hear it.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, perfect. All right.
Oh, but inside that they don't hear it. Yo, if you
Nah.
want to hear it, like for real, you want to hear it, look for Pocket Watch Podcast on Spotify,
Yes, sir.
Apple.
Music.
We're gonna upload to
That's a bit-
YouTube.
that's
That's
right.
why we're on IG Live because we didn't want to sacrifice the YouTube. We're gonna start uploading now. You can start finding us. But if you want to hear the quality that we're hearing up here, Pocket Watch Podcast,
They already
Spotify,
considered it.
Apple.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Fire. Ya tú sabes.
Ya tú sabes.
Oh,
There is an echo now.
snap. This is the video?
Yeah, that's the video.
Good.
Yeah.
Is the everything, the settings, audio settings?
Everything's all good. But even if the audio's not right, I know how to mix it up. I learned now.
But we have problems.
I
bro.
know, bro. That shit was stressful.
Okay.
Though. But we good money now.
We live?
All right. Yeah, we recorded for
live.
We
YouTube
live.
and everything. But
What?
All right, let's get
y'all ready to start the podcast now?
Yeah, it's time to get to it.
Let's do
All
it.
right, bet.
Oh, you barely got.
Y'all
battery.
got-
That ain't gonna last. You got a charger for her?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't get interrupted at the end.
And then
Sorry.
let me know if that gets to the point.
Even if you just hold
Let me
it.
just hold
How would
the
it balance?
microphone.
Yeah, because I was on balance with a charger on the back.
I got it. I'll just
All right, let's get to it.
All right, y'all ready to start?
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna mute everybody out. We're gonna cop in. Welcome to Pocket Watch Podcast. I'm Zach.
Cruz.
Jake.
Jocelyn.
Tiago Valencia.
Oh, I know y'all heard that switch up. We do got some fire ass guests in today.
Sure.
Yo, all I gotta say is you guys are about to hear some fire today. And if you guys don't listen to the full way through, you guys are gonna be missing out on some heat, dog. 'Cause I tell you what, I know we're gonna be coming with some heat today, dog. And I don't know if y'all ready for it. We're gonna make y'all feel uncomfortable. We're gonna feel uncomfortable, but we're gonna be spitting some facts. Facts. And I do want to say thank you to everybody for continuing listening to us back to back. And I do want to say a celebration for us because this is our 6-month back-to-back episode that we
Yeah.
have dropped. This is number 24, dog.
Yeah.
That means that we have gone back to back to back to back for 6 months straight.
6
we
months.
undefeated, dog. We 6 month and 0 right now. We 24-0, dog.
That's what's up.
Yeah, depending, and that'll go with the topic, depending on what you think. Oh,
Yo, to be honest, we lasted longer than most people's marriages. Not playing. I'm dropping shade. I'm just joking.
Nah, but at this age in the podcast, we don't have to breastfeed no more. Like we can get back up. Like we can do our thing.
We getting off the titty now.
Yeah. All right, let's get to it real quick because I want to talk about what we want to talk about. So weekly
Let's go.
success, weekly failure. I'll start.
All right.
Weekly success. It was real quick. It's thanks to Zach too. I've never been a part of such a like perfect reference. Have you ever referred somebody and then they just did not come through and you're just like, damn, bro, like I'm trying to help you out or whatever. Zach referred me to his brother for like some spreadsheet files thing or whatever, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll help him out or whatever, and then. Literally, it was like what I do at work, and it was like super perfect. He's gonna hit me up in the future. That was like a super dope ass reference. I've never been a part of such a like perfect, clean, clutch reference, and that was a success this week.
Hey, let's
Made
go.
a nice little $300 in like an hour. It was perfect.
Hey, let's go.
And then
Dinner on you.
it's gone. And then the failure, my weekly failure this week. I lost some momentum like hitting the gym, and I see you guys posting that you guys are in the gym too. So I gotta get back into it. That's my
Yeah,
failure
bro.
this week.
You want to go next, Jacob?
Yeah. So my weekly success for this week is my real estate.
Talk about it.
Nah, man, I finally finished it, so I'm with Keller Williams now.
Oh, let's go.
Full time. So I'm actually putting all my eggs in one basket. All my eggs. I'm also doing drop shipping and insurance at the same time.
Hey,
but
let's go.
I'm not doing it part time, bro. I'm putting all my eggs in one basket, going after it.
My man quit his job. He has a house. He owns a house. He quit his job so he could go balls deep, learn the
real
real
estate.
estate shit, and
I
get.
want to invest in the real estate. So
Yeah, risk,
Hey,
bro,
dog.
on that route.
That's what's up.
And then my failure would be I really don't have a failure this week because actually it's been a really good fucking week. But I would say just more focus and more time.
Beautiful. I love it.
So for me, this week has been a fire week for me, man. I've still been consistently hitting everything, going to the gym, waking up at 4 a.m. I've just been killing it back to back. But aside from that, I do have a weekly success. I decided to make an investment and just attack marketing heavy this week. And so what I did was I actually
saw
went.
that.
You
That was
seen that,
dope.
right?
That
Yeah,
was
bro.
really dope.
Bro, so I went to Starbucks and I got $45 gift cards. So I spent $200 on marketing, right? Just $5 gift cards. And you should have seen the lady's face when I went in. I was like, yo, I need 40 gift cards with $5. Then he looked at me, she's like, 40? I'm like, yeah. She goes, like 1-4 or 4-0? I'm like,
I'd have been
4-0.
What are you doing? How do I get part of that?
But anyways, my success with that was that I hit like 9 places that day. Went in and I got locked in with a local title company that got 7 locations, and they were pretty hyped with it. And the dope thing is I spent $200. And I already got one signing today and made $150 back off of it.
Boom.
Just from yesterday to today, I'm only negative $50 on it. And honestly, I think that $200, I'm probably gonna see $20,000 in return in the next year off of that. So that was fire.
Spend the money for marketing, bro. It's freaking worth it, man.
Facts, bro. Facts. And then my failure is just that this week, man, I've noticed that like I've been really, really focused on like me trying to better myself mentally, physically, emotionally, in every single way. But I have kind of had like a suffering in my relationship with it, because I haven't even spent like no time with my girl, bro. It's because I've been hungry, just trying to go.
It's all about that balance.
Yeah, bro, and like I've been slacking with that, you know, and like I know I have. It kind of made things a little bit worse because last weekend she did go out of town with her family. So usually my weekends are usually my easier days, and I didn't even get that weekend. So it was like the whole week I've been hustling, and I feel like it's been like 2 weeks since I've been able to have like one-on-one time with my girl like that. And I go to sleep early, I wake up early. So I go to sleep, she's still awake. I wake up, she's still sleeping. So like it's just tough. We haven't really got to spend time like that. So it's definitely my failure for this week. I gotta balance it.
Santi?
So, I wasn't really prepared for this one, but from top of the head, weekly success.
Something small. It's
Weekly success. Okay, so I feel like I have a lot.
yeah.
Same with me. That's how I feel.
I've been consistent with the gym.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's one
That's
success.
huge, bro.
I've been getting her to come to the gym. That's another success.
Even bigger.
Actually, this morning, she gave me all the excuses in the book to not make it to the gym, but I didn't allow her.
Yeah.
I said, nope, get to the gym.
I have someone holding me
hold on.
accountable.
My father asked me to go have some coffee with him. Nope, come to the gym. Wait. All right, I'm on my way.
Yes, there
Literally
you
like
go.
that. Another success, I have to share that. I got 2 more guys working with me.
Hey, that's big, boy.
Pressure wash?
So exactly, with my business.
Valencia
Yeah.
pressure wash.
It's pretty
Yes, yes.
exciting,
Good
pretty
shit.
dope to
Hell yeah,
exactly.
bro.
To see,
big,
you know,
bro.
to see like, you know what I mean, like more people working with us, you know.
Yeah,
it
man.
feels good. It feels good. Definitely feels good to
It's
see
like-
like you know you're able to provide work for somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's big,
It's
bro.
like really,
That's
I'm
really,
making
really
that happen. Like you know,
Hell yeah.
failure.
Yo, everybody in Poinciana, Kissimmee that's listening to this and
Orlando,
stuff.
you Central Florida.
period.
Anywhere.
You need pressure washing services, Valencia Pressure Washing.
Yes, sir.
It's quality. I got my house pressure washed. He did
Yes,
amazing.
sir.
It's
Yes,
good.
sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Failure. My eating.
Mm.
I've been consistent with the gym, but bro, I love that pizza. You know.
You gotta start eating more chicken and green beans, bro.
I tried.
Yo, is it me or when you work out, you get more hungry, right?
OD.
For real.
Bro, you know
I
what's
literally
that's of
said
course.
that the other day.
That's all I talk about. So I feel like it gives me an excuse to eat. I'd be like, yo, I just work out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, that's my failure. I just gotta fix my eating. I was actually telling my brother this morning, bro. I sent him a picture, you know, flexing in the mirror. I'm like, yo, bro, I know I could see the difference. I'm getting some muscle, but I gotta fix my eating.
Yeah. And then that like tightens it up. That's like the bow on top.
Yeah, it's
It's
hard.
alright.
It's hard. It's all good. We'll get it.
You in there though.
What about you? What's your success? Weekly success and failure? Ooh.
To be very honest with you, my weekly success this week has been definitely going to the gym every day of the week.
Hey.
That's a big one because if you know, you really know me, you know. And then my failure this week, what's my weekly failure? I can't really think of one. Maybe the eating too, to be honest. Yeah, we both kind of have, you know, very similar. So that's about it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
facts.
y'all
Yeah,
together.
something.
Y'all doing the same shit. That's what I was gonna say.
You know,
That
part,
goes
of, part
for
of
you.
my not eating good is because of her.
Yeah.
So
Are
to
you
be
passing
honest,
blame right now?
That's why when
Are
you
you
mentioned
passing
the
blame?
food, the eating part, I
yeah,
was like,
it's her fault.
Is it like going
Hey,
out?
hey,
I can agree, though. I can agree with you, bro.
Don't be blaming people,
Okay.
bro.
Yeah, no,
Hold-
she-
be
she-
accountable.
No,
She tell me the same
no.
thing. She'll be like, yo, but I ain't telling you to eat that. But it's like if I'm watching you eat that, how am I gonna eat?
Hey,
Like,
bro.
Thing is, nah. I agree with
Lettuce.
him. Because thing is, my girl, I don't buy sweets for shit. I don't buy no cinnamon buns. I love sweets. I don't buy none of it. She'll come home with Twix, Snickers, cinnamon buns, toaster strudels, all this bullshit because she's having her period. And it's just like, yo,
Oh, that's why.
what do I do? It's
nah,
a bunch
bro,
of food in my house.
You skinny. You can eat all you want.
Bro,
Trust me, I got the 200 pounds real quick when I had to cut that back.
You gotta hold yourself accountable. My girl don't be dying because she loses weight so fast when she diets, so she can't even diet, bro. So like she be buying whatever, bro. And you gotta hold yourself accountable. You can't do it, bro. You can't eat it.
I don't even want to talk about Kristen. 'Cause anybody that knows that Kristen can eat whatever. She's over here eating hot fries and shit, and it's like
And she
not
still got a
worth-
six pack.
Exactly.
It's not even fair, bro.
Yo, so are y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Are y'all even ready?
The
All right.
question is, are you ready?
No, the question
We're going
is
straight to the topic.
straight to it.
Yeah.
Straight to it. We did the
Yeah.
intro.
It's
We
just like that.
introduced you. We
It's
talked
like
about
that.
you.
Yes, like that.
It's not dry.
No lube.
We got it wet, bro.
You don't want you
I
don't
thought I was putting
want
work in this whole time.
you don't want Tiago to introduce himself, like who he
Yeah,
is.
actually,
that's
we
what I
should do that.
mean.
We
Like,
should
they don't
give
know
it
who
a-
I am, bro.
That's true.
There you go. How we, you know?
Little intro.
That's
Who
true.
is this guy? Why is it, why is it so
Exactly.
exciting to have such a night? You know?
So it's Pocket Watch Podcast. We've been talking about this for months. Since episode freaking 1, Santi was cutting my hair like, yo, when am I getting on that? Because we got something to
I've
talk
been
about.
Trying to get on.
Right? And then I was like, oh, we need to go because I was heavy with the features and stuff like that. So I was heavy trying to get features and whatever. So then I started talking to Zach. Then we started going back and forth because we wanted to get a nice little foundation before we started letting people on. And then next thing you know, we started just doing features. And I'm like,
Episode 9.
You actually have been going back
Episode
to back with
12.
features.
yeah.
Episode 15. Yo, can I get on? yeah, bro. Just I'll say like in 2 weeks.
16.
Episode 18. Episode 20. Yo, Cruz. Yo, to be honest, bro, it's not even my fault. It's Cruz's is
It's
Zach's
Zach.
fault. Zach just wants to wait. But wait for what?
I didn't say wait.
Hey, dog. Hey,
At first it was though. At first it was Jacob and Zach that said,
Yeah.
nah, we don't want no guest.
No, but this is the funny part. This is the fun. Episode 22nd. Yo, I'm next, right? Yeah, bro. This
nah. That was a miscommunication
Man,
on
y'all
Cruz's
had me
part.
so excited. I was like, I'm ready. 3 days before. Yo, we got confused. It's the week after.
Yo,
What in the world?
it's not true. That's not even true. Why are you lying on the podcast? Bro? That's fucked up, bro. You can't lie on the podcast. People think you're telling the truth, man. Nah,
Let's get it.
but we got you here now. This is Santi. This is the barber. This is the man of steel. You need graphics done. You need pressure
Facts.
washing. You need editing. this is the man right here.
Facts.
And we got Yocelyn. Yocelyn, that's one thing. Jacob was talking about real estate. You do real estate too, right? Or you're in the process of?
I do. I'm in the process right now. I actually just took my final exam a few weeks ago. I passed it. Right away.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the fingerprints and all the background stuff. So then I could take the state.
Hey, that's lit.
So it's very
Hopefully,
exciting.
when we come back, she done sold a couple
You
houses.
gonna pass it.
I'm
Took me 3 times, but you gonna pass it.
What'd you say?
It took me 3 times, but you're gonna pass it.
Oh, I'm
Just-
gonna pass it by the first one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
ready.
go in.
It's
That's what I'm
manifested,
doing.
speaking
Go
to
for it,
existence.
Ready.
But all I know is after this episode ends, I'm gonna be marketing to both of y'all, so don't be ready for that.
Yeah.
Of course, come on.
I
bro.
want to
Come on,
say
now.
too. Jacob just said that it took him 3 times to pass that exam. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I didn't give up.
Real quick.
I said screw that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it as long as it takes to pass this shit. I'm gonna pass it.
Yeah, because there was a couple of weeks we came back like, yo, how'd it go? And he's like, yo, no, it didn't go good.
I missed like 4 questions or 3 questions.
Yeah.
The wording is very tricky.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
I know.
She's like, yo,
You know
Trust
what's
me.
crazy though? When I went to take the test, I was
Yeah.
doubting myself on the math, and that's
shit's
all
easy.
I passed. I passed all I did really good. I only had like a few questions, like 5 questions wrong. The
So
whole test.
what you
I'll
were
tell
worried
after the
about?
episode,
All of my
stuff
math
to
was
look
correct.
for. I'll tell you after the episode like exactly what to look for because it's the same. I
Cool.
promise you. Like the wording
cool.
ain't changing.
Cool.
So anyways,
Also, shout out to Tiago because he made our logo
Yo.
and our
Oh, yeah, that shit's
animations.
fire, bro.
yeah.
And then
Fucking fire.
obviously I'm gonna be putting here. If you look on any one of our episodes, his Instagram is always down there. But we'll put his pressure washing and everything down there in the too, so y'all can go ahead and follow that man and give that man some love, especially if in the Central Florida area. Give that man business some love, dog. For real, for real.
Appreciate it.
This man been, oh no. This man been cutting us up since we were little kids, bro. Little kids, since I was, well, at least me, since I was like 9 years old, this man been cutting me up. I remember when I had just the long hair. I had like, imagine like a skateboard look, right? Skateboard hair, white boy look. And this man, like one of my best friends, Mateo, his little brother, him and Mateo were on me like, yo, bro, just get a cut, bro. Like, come on. So I ended up walking out of the house with a blowout and then like a skateboard cut and a blowout. And then that was just the beginning. Ever since then,
You guys
getting
were
me fresh.
actually the beginning of my career as a barber. Isn't
Facts,
that
though.
crazy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
And we're talking about 14 years ago,
Oh shit.
More than that.
15,
More than that, because I was 8 years old, 9 years old when I started cutting my hair.
9
So
years
that
old?
was 16 years ago.
That's crazy.
16, 17 years ago.
Shit,
And not to
bro.
find out, like now I do that for a living. That's
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
That's crazy, yeah.
Right? It started as a
hobby almost.
yo, cut my hair. And
$5 cuts.
me, like, bro. And you know what's funny, bro? Is that I did it once, twice, and it was like, bro,
Like,
that's it. I'm good. They were begging for me to cut their hair. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I did it for fun at first, but then my little brother would cry for me to cut his hair. Like, he would cry to
Bro.
my mom, like, yo, tell him to cut my hair. Like,
I remember-
I got that good, you know, at such a young, I was 13. Bro, I was 13.
Yo.
I was 13 years old. When I tell you I used to do all types of zigzags on their head, they used to go to school looking like a whole comics book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
They loved it. They loved it. That's the funny thing.
I remember I absolutely needed a haircut. I don't know why I needed it. It was like 6th grade. And I was like texting Mateo. I was like, yo, you think he's ready? He's like, yo, he's not even home. He's not home. He's not home. Mateo was like, you know what? Just sleep over. He'll cut you up before we go to school.
was
Mind
the
you,
most.
this was middle school where you got to be at the bus stop by like 6 in the morning or something. So it must have been like 5 in the morning. And he literally walked in the room. He's like, yo, come on. I'm going to cut you up. I was like, okay. All right. So literally, the funniest part about it, though, was he's cutting me up, right? I'm like, oh, thank God. And then I'm laying there, and then I feel something on my shoulder. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on?
No.
Anyway, and I open my eyes and I look, and he's wearing nothing but boxers. And he's got he's got his
so
sack
weird, bro.
just like lightly rested on my shoulder. Shaft? Yeah, no, not the shaft, his sack. Well, no, it was the shaft. It was the shaft.
Yo, this man dead.
Bro, you just changed the whole memory for me, Jacob. What the hell, bro?
How's that ass? I'm sorry. I mean, damn.
And then when he
On my shoulder. You
and
know?
then he started fading me up, and it started like I was like,
I tell you what, bro. Since you don't know, these two right here, they're like blood to me.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So this is why it makes it so special for me to be here. You know what I mean?
Facts.
This is
Yeah.
why it makes it so exciting, because for me to be here right now and just having all these memories with them two, it's like gold to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
being able to speak to these two, they're like my little brother. To be able to speak to them like grown man,
Exactly.
especially in front of people,
Yeah.
And not worrying about nobody, whoever's listening, just to be able to speak to them. It's like, this is what I like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is amazing to me. So yeah, that's why I've been, dying to come over here,
Yeah.
Not only
That's
that,
real shit.
you made our logo. You were the start of our process, right? Like when we started thinking about it, we were like, all right, we're gonna start doing this, we're gonna start doing that. And then when we started getting ready to like drop something, when we got all this equipment, Santi was the first person we hit up. We need a logo. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for that, and it worked out good.
It was fun. That
It was
part
smooth.
was fun, yeah.
Not just the logo for the podcast, the logo for my business. He did the logo for my business, the animation for my business. You know what I mean? Not just me, hundreds, maybe even thousands at this point of people that he's done the work for. So definitely hit that man up if y'all need anything.
People, yeah.
Facts.
Then we throughout high school, I wanna kind of talk about too, because like you also go by Man of Steel, right?
Yeah.
Man of Steel. If you could, is that your YouTube? Like you got YouTube videos and stuff up
To
too.
be
right?
honest, no. Right now I don't, but yeah, I mean that's a name that it was just given to me. You know what I mean? It was given to me. I mean, I know you're gonna bring it up.
Yeah, I want to talk about it because,
Go ahead.
like, the topic we're going to talk about, which you could tell from if you click the episode, is what is success, right? And that's deep, and there's a lot of things, that goes to it. Because I
Of
think,
course, definitely.
yeah, you think about it surface level, whatever, but
It's gonna get personal.
yeah, that's what I want to talk about. So, like, if you don't know,
We could start the topic and then we could talk about that because it's gonna go there.
let's do it. Let's roll into it with it. Then how
Let's
about
go.
that?
Straight into it.
So I think,
What is success to you?
to me, we're gonna go straight to it.
I want to be the last one.
Okay, I'll go first. What is success? I've been thinking about it today all day. In my mind, and it's something I want to work on too, right? And to be short, success to me is reaching the feeling of content. And sometimes you see contentness as like a bad thing or something like that. But I mean, like, if you're content, I feel like that's success, right? Period. I could go on that. I could leave it like that because one answer.
That's good. And I mean, the answer to this is absolutely subjective.
That's what I was saying.
There's
Because
no
success
wrong
is so
answer.
There's no,
subjective to
there's no.
everybody.
This is your
Nobody's gonna
opinion.
have
This
a
comes.
Exactly.
No, yeah.
It's whatever comes from. So you know what I mean? Like you don't have to think about it so hard.
It's
Yeah, it's all
perspective.
about everyone.
Why are you scared, bro?
No, so success to me would be more so obviously financial freedom, but it would be more so also about the memories and happiness. I feel like success overall would be tied in with family and money at the same time. It's not all about the riches. It's more about everything else at the end of it all.
So a balance.
So a balance between actual financial freedom so you can actually enjoy your life and create more memories, but the memories is the main important part because when you die, you can't take the money with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yo, lock that door.
Am I going next? So honestly, for me, most of my life, I've always looked at success as like having riches, and being like well off. Obviously having like a nice family was always like nice for me, but always being able to provide was always big for me. But my viewpoint has changed a little bit over time, and I really feel like it's more so of like, obviously being successful is obviously something like, not successful, but like having the finances and being like well off is obviously important. But I've learned that those things are not what success is. Those are the results of what you get from being successful. You get what I'm saying? Those are like the outcomes. Those are like the product of being successful. So like for me, being successful is like kind of like having the ability to be able to manifest like your desires with minimal effort, you know what I mean? But with like maximum happiness, being like super, super happy through it all, you know what I mean? And happiness is obviously outweighing more than anything because you want to have happiness when you go through it. Because if you're going through something and you're not happy, then is it really worth it? Even if you have $15 million and you're not happy.
You're alluding
is that
to like
worth
the
it?
people that work their whole life and don't get to do things they actually want to do,
Yeah.
but they got the money. Is that
Yeah.
happiness?
Yeah, exactly. But like in the sense of like you can still have the money, but it's more so just like not having an attachment to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Not being like,
It's not everything.
because like for me, like how I looked at it as it was like success is money.
Yeah.
Like if you're successful if you have a lot of money,
But
you're successful if you have the nice
and
cars.
the thing is that it's not just to you; it's to most people nowadays.
No, facts. And it is. But like I'm learning that it's just a product of it, bro. And if you focus on that, it's an attachment, bro. And
It's
you're
a
just
fruit.
and you're worried about that, then you're killing yourself in that long term. Because that's how I always was. And I've thought about it. Whenever I sit back and I'm like, I'm doing this for money. I need to do this for money. I need to do this for money, or I'm doing this for a better return, instead of like doing something just out of the good of my heart, or just doing something just because it's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely. What is success for me? I would say it's very similar to what you answered. Financial, accomplishing your small goals, your long-term goals, your short-term goals, right? Your kids being fine, you know what I mean? Growing up and understanding, the morals that you teach them. And that's to me, that's success.
Yeah.
You can hear it, right?
Yeah.
Christian, you're on mute, right?
You gotta turn down the volume.
Why are you gonna get mad at me?
She said you can't turn it down all the
But
way.
it's not the volume, it's the audio. Okay.
Oh, she said you just can't turn it down all the way.
That's okay.
But anyways, as you
She
were
gets
saying.
so mad at me.
Well, it's because I already sent her a text message.
Because we didn't hear it and now we hear it.
Yeah. It's all good though. Go ahead.
So yeah, no, pretty much that's what I feel like success is.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
All right, Tiago.
A balance of everything.
Yeah.
Oh, you give me that look, bro.
Because I'm ready for it.
So, like I said, the answer is absolutely subjective. You're entitled to your own opinion. But tonight, I want to pick your brain a little bit. Okay, so just be open-minded. You know what I mean? Learn how to listen, because obviously listening is a skill. A lot of people don't know how to listen. You know what I mean? A lot of people just hear something that catches their attention, they get lost in their thought. So, this is a yes or no question. Do you believe that you could obtain and you could have everything that you ever wished for, dreamed for, worked for, and still not feel successful?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, good. So, what is success to me? Success to me is being able to win the battle of your mind every single day. Not just sometimes. Not just Monday to Friday, Monday to Thursday, the week it comes through, boom, you lost the battle of your mind. Okay? What do I mean by this? For us to win the battle of the mind, this is something that I believe we cannot do it alone. And I'm going to go into detail exactly what I mean by that. Okay? Our minds, right? And most people don't understand this. This is so important to understand and to know. Our minds is what's keeping us from living our best life. Our minds is what's keeping us from living what God has called us to live. Our minds is what's keeping us from living our purpose. Okay? Our mind keeps us sad, depressed, stuck, in doubt, in hate. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it is our job to understand and to become aware of these things in order for you to live a successful life, in order for you to change your life. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the first step, is becoming aware of these things. Most people don't. Most people live fighting their whole life against their mind, right? Doesn't matter what they accomplish. It doesn't matter where they get to. It doesn't matter what they have. They could have the nicest cars. They could have their dream home. They could have their beautiful family. They could have everything they wish for and dream for, and still feel all these negative emotions that are based on fear.
We see it all the time.
It's all celebrities.
We see it right now.
You understand what I'm
That's
saying?
why a lot of celebrities
Yep.
suicide.
Suicide, overdosing.
Exactly.
All these
Because they're
different
like,
things.
oh, I got where I thought what I needed to make me happy.
And they don't have that sense
And they
of.
get up there and they're empty.
Yep,
and then it's
exactly.
like, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not it's not worth it.
Exactly. Yeah.
One thing that you said that made me think too is I also feel like a lot of people will go through, they'll be battling their mind, right? But not realize they're battling their mind, right? Like you're going through this whole, like you said, awareness is the first step, right? So you're going through life thinking this is how life is. Like, oh, I'm thinking about this and that. That's real.
Thinking that is something normal.
Yeah.
Because most people think living in a problem is normal.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? We follow.
We're programmed.
We program.
Yep.
You know?
See, I agree with what you finish your.
I was just going to say, so once you get the awareness, I feel like that's when the battle starts. That's when you're like,
That's facts.
It's true,
Right?
because
Absolutely.
I'm gonna agree with what you said too. Honestly, I think because you said you can't do it by yourself. Honestly, for me personally, I'm aware of myself and I deal with that consistently. He's right. It's a battle every day. Sometimes I wake up, I'm fucking happy. Sometimes I wake up and I'm fucking miserable. And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck's wrong with me? I have no idea. I think it's my ADHD. I think it's just me. But I know I'm the problem because when I get into those states, I don't do shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to do shit. I don't want to go ahead and push myself.
You're controlled by your mind.
Exactly. But,
You know what I mean?
I was talking about, you said you need help sometimes. That's a key thing sometimes too, because that's what I got my girl for sometimes. It's weird, yes. Some people don't like talking to their significant others about stuff like that. But personally, if you have a significant other, that's what they should be there for. And that's what she's there for. And it works. It fucking works beautifully when I'm able to get my mind out. And it's not going to be about her. It's going to be about me. But her opinions and how it basically relates to what I'm going through, it helps me out a lot. And that's the support I need.
And definitely having support from your loved ones is number one. It's one of, great things to have. But I'm gonna tell you something. When I tell you that we cannot do it alone, to me it's something deeper, something bigger.
Yeah.
God, right?
And I'm gonna explain to you why. He just said right now, he said, once you become aware, what happens?
The battle starts.
No, you always have the battle.
Yeah, but
once you
you're at
become
war.
aware, you know what happens? The battle gets harder.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Not every thought that we have in our minds comes from a good place. Listen to me carefully. Not every mind that you have comes from a good place, right? These thoughts, not every thought that you have comes from a good place. These thoughts, they come from the enemy. Do you know who the enemy is?
Your conscience.
Do you know who the enemy is?
I was say the devil.
There you go.
I was gonna say the devil.
There you go.
Yeah.
if you're not like just
If you're not religious, then I guess
outside
you're conscious.
What is that? Like outside temptations, outside everything pulling you.
We're gonna go there. We're gonna go there, and we don't have to get into, you know what I'm saying, like,
But we could talk about it.
We could talk about it, but I'm gonna, since I'm on this, I'm gonna explain to you, and then I'm gonna go based on how people want to believe it. But this is the way that I believe it. You understand what I'm saying? I believe there's an enemy. I believe there's an enemy that's trying to take over our life, that's trying to kill, steal, and destroy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he said, once you become aware, right, what happens? It gets harder. Well, the enemy knows. When you're an easy target, the enemy ain't worried about you, right? So he says, okay, this kid he's not even aware of what I'm doing to him. I'm gonna keep hitting him with my bat. He wakes up in the morning, boom, you felt it. Yo, why do I feel it? Why am I having these thoughts? Why didn't I wake up as happy as I did yesterday? Why is my energy off? I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to give my girlfriend a hug, a kiss. I'm not feeling it today, right? So you unaware, and he's just using the bat on you. But then the minute you become aware, he goes from having such an easy weapon on you because you wasn't aware to like, oh, okay, he understands he has a problem now. There could be a change because he's aware now. This could maybe transform his life because he's doing what it takes. You know, that first step of
What's
awareness.
a good what would be a good example to get you in that?
I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. You know, he took that first step. He's aware that there's a problem going on. You know what I'm gonna do? Now I'm not gonna use the bat. I'm gonna get a good nice weapon so he can hit harder. So that's what happens. Whenever you try to better your life, whenever you become aware that like, man, I've been a little lost. I've been doing this too long. I'm not feeling good about it. I've been drinking too much. I've been on something that is obvious, something that is logic, I don't want to do this no more. I want to change my life. You know what? I want to change my life because I just met Cruz, and Cruz just graduated from college. Cruz got his license in this and that. Jacob got his real estate. I want to change my life. I need to become aware first of what I'm doing wrong in order for me to do what Jacob is doing. But the enemy don't want that. The enemy wants to see you suffering. The enemy wants to see you in pain because that's what he wants, right? So you become aware and you're trying to make a change. And now he uses a stronger weapon on you because you're trying to fight the battle of your mind. You're trying to fight. You're trying to become aware to fight against yourself to change in order for you to grow, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes most people think that they could do it alone. They think that, okay, I'm gonna become stronger. You know, I'm gonna become wise. I'm gonna be intelligent. I'm gonna use my talents, you know, as much as I can because I could do this. And you know, whenever you get your intent to something, it might work. You know, until they get to that certain point where they're like, why can't I go anymore? Why is this so hard? Because the weapons of the enemy keeps upgrading. You know what I'm saying? Me as a believer, I understand that we need God. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. God provides so much for us to be able to fight, right? In this world, to be able to fight against ourselves, our mind, in order for us to better ourselves, in order for us to live a better life, right? So he gives us all the weapons that we need, the truth, right? Yeah. He provides the truth, and he gives us the Holy Spirit that is always active around us to be able to fight the enemy, right? To be able to gain control of your life. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because all this that goes against us is based on fear, which is created by the enemy. All your negative emotions that you feel are based on fear. And that's what the enemy does. He gives you fear for you to feel scared, for you to feel stuck, for you to have doubts, for you to feel like, you know what I mean? Like you can't go nowhere. You can't be who you want to be. He puts all these fears in you.
It's like part of it is like you said, oh, Cruz did this, Jacob just did this. What you should be doing is, yeah, I need to better myself too. Or why don't I try this as well? Instead of what like you're saying, the enemy would want you to think like, yo, like they're better than you. Like, yo, like sit in it. You know what I mean? And then now you react like a good, I do it too, right? Like we do a podcast, right? Yeah. We do a podcast. So it's like,
do we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yo, welcome to Pocket Watch. I'm just saying. So we do a podcast, right? So like you could look at other podcasts. We look at other podcasts all the time. Like Paul just started one. He got mad views, mad followers, mad subscribers. And it's like you could easily, and that's why I really like that, like you kind of like introduced me to that book and certain things, because you could easily look at it and then start reacting out of hate. You know what I mean? Start reacting to it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because you look at it, you're like, oh, look at somebody that's doing really good or something, and then you could very easily just start thinking like.
So going, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right, no, you're right.
Okay, so going more based on logic, on philosophy. Okay, so the mind, in order for us to be able to fix ourselves, in order for us to gain control of our minds, body, and soul, right? We need to learn. And I know you guys, because you guys don't know, but before I came into this podcast, I asked Cruz and
good. You know, he had a little button on his little thing that said pocket watch on his Crocs. That's pretty damn dope. I'm sorry about that. I didn't want to interrupt you, bro. I was like, that's
ADHD
kicking in.
One of those.
ADHD, bro. My bad.
Jacob has ADHD.
So like I was saying,
the devil working in your head right now. Focus.
Before I've asked to come in here, and everything happens for a reason. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Before I asked to come here, I asked Cruz and my brother Zach to read a book.
The Power of Now.
Right? So I asked him to read The Power of Now. And I said, yo, bro, I need to finish this book before I get on a podcast. You know what I mean? And they still reading it. Yeah. After a couple months. But it's okay, though, because that book is really deep. You know what I mean? I think I had told you guys about the 7 spiritual laws of success.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you guys,
Zach read it.
you guys,
Yeah, I read that.
Yeah, you read it, and amazing, right?
Yeah, bro, that book's fire. If y'all listening, go grab both of those books. The Power of Now. Who's that one by? The Power of Now. I forgot the name.
The Power of Now is by Eckhart Tolle.
And then the 7 spiritual laws is
Deepak Chopra.
That's how you pronounce it. There you go, Deepak Chopra.
Deepak.
Yeah, read those though. But seriously though, like you actually introduced that book to me whenever, because kind of like going back to what you were saying, is I had like a moment where during quarantine, you know, I was slacking off. You know, obviously like I was eating. I had gained a lot of weight. I was getting back up in my weight. And I had made a decision to better myself in many ways. And so I kind of sat back, and then I had thought about like, what are things that like I could have done better with myself and what I need to become a better person. I started like looking into a lot of things. And that's when I started that's the first time I started meditating in my life. I started meditating. I started going through like all these different things. And then I started working out and everything like that. And then I started having issues, bro, which is when Tiago first introduced that book to me. As I was having these issues, man, like I would have moments where like I was having like crazy brain fog, like I felt like I was living like out of body experience. It was almost like, and later on I found it was like depersonalization, derealization. If you ever had experience those, that's what I was experiencing. But like I was feeling like out of body, and it was making me feel really, really weird. I was having like my heart rate was increasing like crazy. My hands would get super cold. And I was just like, it felt so weird. And actually going to the point where like I had went to the fire department with my girl 2 times to get checked because I didn't know what was going on with me because I was feeling so weird. And I even went to the hospital, to the ER to get checked. They had done an EKG, blood work, everything on me because I had no idea what was going on with me. And like I was like looking stuff up online. I'm like, man, what the hell's going on with me, bro? This is so weird. Like it was feeling weird. I kept feeling like I was about to pass out. It was crazy feeling. And then I went to Tiago and I sat down to get my hair cut. I'm telling him, and like he's like, oh, how's everything been? I'm like, bro, things have been weird, man. I started telling him, and he's like, bro, he stopped cutting my hair. He's like, yo, have you ever experienced anxiety before? I'm like, nah, bro. I don't know what that means. I don't even know what anxiety is. I never experienced that in my life. But come to find out, and after like he actually made me aware of what was going on, I kind of was like, okay, is this anxiety? Like, what am I feeling right now? Like, is this all inside my head? Like all these feelings for that? And that's when I started like, since I was actually made aware of it, I started like focusing on that. And then that actually helped me a lot because I actually started like focusing on that, learning how to like kind of control that a little bit more. Kind of like I didn't even read the whole Power of Now, but the beginning of Power Now, I start speaking about like, make sure you live like in the now moment and like trying to control yourself. And like a lot of times, I don't know what exactly was triggering my anxiety. It might have just been a buildup of multiple things, which is crazy because to kind of stem off a little bit, whenever I heard people talk about anxiety, I'm just like, bro, like, why are you freaking out for? You cool? Just take a couple deep breaths. You good, bro? Anxiety is fucking powerful, bro.
Oh, hell yeah,
Bro, let me.
Anxiety was making me feel like I
yeah.
was dying, bro. Like it was crazy. That's how powerful it was. And the crazy part was it was so powerful that it was shooting my blood pressure up through the roof. And it was actually like legit changing me physiology, like
It messes you up.
bro, it was increasing my blood pressure, my heart rate. It was like affecting me like that.
This is the whole purpose of me bringing up the subject about winning the battle of your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because anxiety comes from fear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anxiety definitely comes from fear, and that's part of you battling your mind. When your mind takes over you, the more it takes over you, the higher your anxiety is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was getting to the point where like, and the crazy part was like, since I didn't even know it was anxiety, it affected me for 5 days straight. Like where I was having to the point where like I'm like, yo, I'm about to pass out.
It could turn into a panic attack.
But what is?
Like a
But
full-blown panic attack.
it was over a week I experienced nonstop.
I think it's important too, because I feel like a lot of the things I go through, like I got like crazy OCD, this or that. But one thing that the book helped me with, and talking with Santi helped me with, is what is anxiety, right? And it started,
exactly. That's what it's big.
It's like
you got to be aware.
So like you're worried about something that's coming up. You're worried about things that are building up. You're worried about things you're not doing. You're worried about what? You're worried about
Life.
past, present,
Half and half. I mean, some people
Things
have
that
it.
you have no control over.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. Yeah.
That's what.
Builds anxiety.
Exactly.
That's a big, to
but,
define what anxiety is, I think is big, because like Zach said, what the fuck is anxiety? Like,
When I tell you I've lived the worst anxiety you could ever imagine, like you guys know.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get to that. But my anxiety was so bad, like whoever was around me, they thought that I was gonna die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
breathing hard.
I'm gonna get into that
Get
now
into
because
that?
he's wondering.
I'm wondering, bro.
Okay,
Okay, I
so
want to know.
all right, so let's get to it. So in January 9th, 2013, I was hit by a car
Gotcha.
On a motorcycle.
on a motorcycle. Okay.
Gotcha.
And the reason why I'm bringing this subject up is because it has a lot to do with winning the battle of your mind. So I was hit by this car while I was on my bike, and I was airlifted to the hospital, right? Immediately induced into a coma because how severe the trauma was. And I was induced into this coma for a whole month. I was out of it for a whole month. They know. I woke up after that. I woke up a month after that to pretty much hearing the worst things I could ever hear in my life. It felt like a dream. It felt like a joke. You know what I mean? The doctor's telling me, hey, you are lucky to be alive, but you will not walk. You will not be able to live the normal life you were living. Like, just be happy that you were alive. Imagine, like, I was 20.
Yeah.
I was 20 years old. I spent my 21st birthday on a wheelchair. But explaining to you what happened and how, with what I mentioned, how I, through my experience, I'm able to come on here on, Pocket Watch podcast,
Yes, sir.
and say what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, hearing these things, when I tell you, there ain't no worse fear than you actually feeling like your life is over and you just started.
Yeah.
But
You know what I mean?
I know that it's almost like, fam, like, I'd rather.
We went, bro. We went from all of us hanging out, me cutting your hair, me messing with y'all.
Yeah.
And I've been, since I was young, I've been a jokester.
Yeah.
So whenever we're hanging out in the room, and just imagine, in their shoes, hanging out in the room, playing video games, I will come in, I will smack all of them.
Yo, your dick
come on,
probably
leave me
don't pass
alone.
your ball sack yet.
Yo, leave me alone. So then, like, here, like, yo, what, Tiago, what?
Yeah.
Yo, he's in a coma?
Yeah, bro.
Hold on, what? They're gonna cut his arm off? They're gonna take his leg off? Because that's what they were telling my family. That's what they're telling everybody.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to walk again?
He's not gonna walk again.
Yeah.
So this is the things that were happening before I woke up. Them hearing, oh, he 3 days into the hospital. Oh, he might not make it. 4 days later, oh, we're gonna have to cut his arm off. A couple of days later, we might have to chop his leg off.
Yeah.
But I come from a family, right? And this is what I was saying from my experience. I come from a family that believe in the Almighty God,
Exactly.
that believes
Facts.
in the Creator. You understand what I'm saying? And when I tell you, they will gather together and they will praise and they will pray over me day and night. No missing no time, missing no dates, missing no day. Day and night, they will pray over my body, especially my sister.
Yeah.
My sister's a 2 years older than me. When I tell you this woman has, after my accident, she done transformed because she was able to believe from what God was doing over me, for the miracle that he was doing with me. You know what I mean? And I say that from my own experience, not just from my family. You know what I mean? Hearing the doctors telling me all of these things that put so much fear in me. Hey, you're not going to walk. Hey, you're not going to live the same. Just be happy. This is what they would tell me. Just be happy. Feel happy. Just be happy, yo. You're alive.
Yeah.
And I would just look at them like, when I tell you, when I would hear that, I would get a rush through my body. Like, this can't be true. Let me go back to sleep. Maybe I'll wake up and feel like I'm back in my life.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like I'm dreaming.
Like, no.
dreaming.
You're
This is
kidding.
bullshit.
Yo, no, this is some real stuff, bro. I was in such denial that I would even try to get up from the bed, and I couldn't. I couldn't even sit. You understand what I'm saying? So when I tell you I done hit rock bottom in my life, to understand what it is to lose. To be this close to losing. Because I didn't lose. I almost did. You know, I've gotten there. Most people don't understand how important it is to understand what I'm trying to explain to y'all. To be focused on not today. You ain't gonna beat me. I'm gonna win the battle of my mind today. Tomorrow's another day. Just because you won it today doesn't mean you won it tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you woke up today happy, ready to kill it, ready to hit the gym. You know what I'm saying? You go sell a home because that's what you do. Go do whatever you do. And then kill the whole day doesn't mean you're gonna feel the same the next day. You know, so this is something that you have to fight within every day of your life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Getting a little more deeper, more personal on what I mean by losing. You know, because she mentioned it. She said, "Hey, there's people that no matter what they got, they lose in the battle of their mind, right? Because they get to the point where they're committing suicide.
Yeah.
Right? They have everything that you and I wish we had. They have everything that we dreamed of, and we're just like, why? How is this person so dumb? That's what we think about. You dumb. You got this, you got that, you got this. You could own the world. If you could go buy a whole island. Why are you doing this to yourself? Because they're losing the battle of their mind and they lost. So they commit suicide.
Yep. And some of them even sell their souls to the devil, man.
Exactly. We'll get them deeper into that. That's pretty much selling your soul to the devil when you kill yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Well, this is real, bro.
That's the final contract, basically.
Let me tell you something. I spent at least 4 weeks trying to figure out how to end my life. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like, it takes a lot for me to mention this. You know what I'm saying? But this is a perfect time because I'm with family.
shit.
At what point
You know
were
what I
you
mean?
thinking about that?
Let me explain to you. I was losing the battle of my mind, pa. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to end my life, and my family know. I did not want to live. You guys probably don't know that because this is a little more personal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I wanted to end my life, bro.
Yep.
When I tell you I was trying to figure out how not to live anymore, the first day that it popped in my head, it was like, I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to kill myself. But you know what? Once the enemy got you, and that battle
He's gonna take
starts,
it and run.
that battle starts, listen to me carefully, that battle starts and you ain't got no weapons, you got no understanding, you're weak. Not only you're weak mentally, but physically you hurt. It's over for you.
It's an easy battle.
It's over for you. So when I tell you, like, Jehovah knows, I wanted to end my life, and he forgave me for that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because God's grace is beautiful. God's grace washes all our sins.
Amen.
Whatever you did yesterday, whatever you did last week, that is holding you down, that is making you feel guilty, that's making you feel bad inside. Remember, the enemy wants to define you by your scars, but Jesus wants to define you by his scars. He already paid for our sins. He already won the battle. So that battle that you have in your mind is illusional. The battle that you have in your mind is you making it up with the enemy. Because the enemy knows you already lost.
He already lost. He's just trying to win a battle with you.
I already lost. Why, why are you still fighting him? Because you don't know. You're not aware. So that's why the first step is to master awareness, to understand, like, okay, this didn't sit right, what I just did. You know what I mean? Hold on. I'll keep doing it. I just don't get it. But that didn't sit right. But then one day you're going to realize that, okay, I should have become aware of this earlier because my life is gone. That's what the enemy wanted. The enemy doesn't want you to reach your purpose. You have a purpose, bro. You have a purpose. And I'll tell you what.
Everybody got a purpose.
I look at y'all three and I'm like, I see you guys doing this. And I'm like, yes. You guys are giving the chance for people to speak. You understand what I'm saying? You know how big that is? The enemy don't like that, papi. You know what I'm saying? The enemy don't like the fact that I'm here right now speaking on y'all mics.
course.
It's a pretty nice mic, by the way. But you understand what I'm saying? And that's just how it is, bro.
Yeah.
Enlightening people. I love that shit,
Look,
bro. Yeah.
look,
And
look.
the more you try to do things like this, the more the enemy tries to
Grab you, yeah.
exactly, to stop you from getting to this
Yep.
point. So
Listen,
100%.
most people don't understand the difference between life and life situation. All right, listen. This is gold I'm pouring into y'all. You listening, right? Remember what I told you. Listening is a skill. Not everybody can listen.
Yeah.
You know, you might walk out of this door and not remember that one thing that I said. Good thing we recorded it. You go play right back.
Yeah.
But most people don't understand the difference between life and life situation. Look, this is very deep, bro. This has helped me tremendously. Life and life situation. I think I mentioned it to you and to you
Yeah.
because it's something so big in my life that I have to share with people I love.
Yeah.
Honestly. But people that listen to us need to hear it. The difference between life and life situation. Life situation, there is nothing wrong with you working hard. You selling as many homes as you trying to sell. You signing as many famous people you trying to sign. You doing whatever you do because whatever you do is too complicated for my head. But you know there's nothing wrong with you striving and working your hardest to make your life situation better. But you cannot better your life. Listen to me. You cannot better your life. Your life is already perfect. Your life is primary. Your life is within yourself, deepest being. God already made it successful for you. Listen to me. The feeling that you're chasing, the success that you're chasing, listen to me carefully. Like I said, is a skill. The feeling that you're feeling, right? I mean, the feeling that you're chasing, which is success, right? That excitement that you're feeling, bro, you can feel it right now with whatever you have. You understand what I'm saying? With whatever you have already, exactly how you would feel having everything that you dream of, you could feel it. The same joy that you will feel when you have this beautiful family, this fancy Tesla. What is it car you want? Mini Cooper, whatever you want. You know, whatever car that you're dreaming of.
Still?
That feeling, it's already at your reach.
Yeah.
It's gotta
You understand what I'm
unlock it.
saying? And that's why people get confused. They don't work within themselves first, right? Making their insides successful, right? In order for them to actually be able to enjoy the fruit, like you said, like we were talking about, the fruit of being successful in the inside first. You know what I'm saying? Once you have everything that comes, because success is not something you chase. Success is something you attract. Y'all know this. Once you become this person that belongs where success is at, papi,
Everybody wants it.
success.
You're not gonna be
it's
able
like
to
a
stop it.
magnet.
Yeah.
It's like a magnet, bro. You become this person, it's like a magnet. Especially when you have all these skills, all these talents, and all these, because we all do, bro. And whatever we want to do, or whatever we love to do, once you become and you polish those, bro, it comes knocking on your door like, here you go, everything you wish for, let me in. And you let them in and you mixing that with your own pure happiness. That's what life is about. This is what success is to me.
That's why I think when I mentioned at the beginning where
It took Tiago 55 minutes to answer what success is. No, I'm
Nah.
joking.
Oh, you know me, yo,
thanks for sharing.
Give him a mic,
Y'all know,
give him a mic and he'll say he'll
that's
steal the
something that I
show.
said.
I'm just
I
making a
said, my
joke.
bad. That's something that I said. Once y'all give me a mic, y'all gotta pull me away from me.
I'm
'cause I
joking.
keep going.
Nah, it's fire. It's fire though
Sign
because
the wink.
it's fire though because he's spitting facts though.
Nah, it's good though.
share. But that's why I was saying like something I talked about earlier that I wanted to touch it up with what you were saying was like I feel like success is the feeling of content. But
It's true.
right, you see contentness as a bad thing. Like, yo, you content, you need to work, you know? But like that's like the way that person feels after somebody tells him that, like, yo, you're content. You shouldn't be content, this and that. You need to be in control of where your contentness is. You know what I mean? And then if you know that you're doing what your purpose is, like if you get in tune with your mind, you're not worried about the future, you're not worried about the past, you're not worried about outside things, and you're just like, this is what I like to do, this is my purpose, then you could feel that feeling of contentness. Because I talk about it all the time. There's people that make like, you know, little money that walk into a grocery store that's like super happy, like, yo, how's it going? Like dapping up the cashier.
Right,
I'll see you
absolutely.
tomorrow. I'll see you, you know, and then goes home to their family, cooks, cleans, does everything, and then goes to bed and can't wait for the next day. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's success. That to me, that's more of a success than somebody that's making all this money, but they're chasing the next whatever it is, right?
Right.
And I think that's a feeling of content, but that's also like a control over the mind.
You have to also be really careful what but you're right though. I'm not saying you're wrong, but you have to be also really careful what you're influenced by what you see in this world. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people come out and step out the door, and whenever they come around people, they have a really good mask on. You know what I mean? And a lot of people will have this and have that.
Yeah.
And look, because this is how the mind works. We're more technical with it, more on the philosophy. The mind is controlled by ego and fear. The mind is controlled by the judge and the victim, right?
Yeah.
So what happens? A lot of people have all of these things, right? And they'll pull up on you like, yo, look at me, look at what I got, because their mind is controlled by it. That's what fear is based on. You know what I mean? That's how the mind is. That enemy controls the mind. You know what I mean? Because it feeds off of these things. You know what I'm saying? It feeds off of your fear and ego. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you have to be really careful, because you might walk out and you might see this person having this, that. But that's why a lot of people are wrapped around what society. You know what I'm saying? What I call the parasite, what I call a virus in everybody's head that we need to free ourselves from, that we need to cure ourselves from by becoming aware.
Yeah.
All right. A lot of times people don't realize this, but most of the things that we believe in, and these are stuff that like I'm not just making up. These are stuff that I actually like commit myself to studying, you know. But what most people don't understand is that most things that we believe in is because we have made an agreement. We have made agreements within ourselves based on what we've experienced and what we've lived. You came into this world, right? You came into this world innocent, right? You had no choice but to believe that everything was in front of you. Listen to me carefully. This is on something else that is pretty deep. You had no choice but to believe what was being put in front of you, what was being taught by your parents, what was being taught by your teachers, but what was being taught by your neighbors, your friends, whoever.
That's where the
right?
program begins.
Because why? You were innocent. And most people don't understand that the reason why they live the way they're living today is because their experiences in life.
Oh, yeah.
But what happens? Because the mind is controlled by ego and fear. They know these things, right? They know these things, but they continue because their fear doesn't allow them to change. Their fear of actually becoming aware, which is being in denial, it doesn't allow them to change and become a better version of themselves. And not only that, but start to believe their own beliefs, not the beliefs that they had, that where it came from you being an innocent human, an innocent child, right? You might not see it, but a lot of people are like, oh, like I was telling her somebody the other day, like I was talking to, and you know what I mean? Like, if you're listening, I'm sorry, but I gotta put you out there. There's something, it's innocent, it's nothing deep. Yeah. But this person was, you know, talking to me and telling me like, hey, I hate Christmas, right? And I'm just like, okay, I understand, you know, how the mind works a little deeper than a lot of people because of my studying, you know what I mean? Like I read a lot. I love to read.
You made yourself aware.
But I read to the point where like sometimes I'm like, yo, how am I not tired? But it's just I find out so much information that I love it, you know? But you know, he's telling me, yo, I hate Christmas, right? This is an example, a quick example. And I'm like, yeah, for real, why? He's like, because people are so hypocrite. People wait until Christmas to give people gifts. People wait until Christmas to give you a hug. With family members, you don't even see them because when the Christmas, you hear it all the time, right? Holiday. I don't celebrate holidays. It's the same day. It's the same regular day. Whatever they got, you know? But I'm like, oh, okay. So I was telling her, I was like, I want to see what exactly, you know, because I understand how the mind works. I want to hit the root with this person. You know what I mean? Because I'm on that level to be able to understand somebody deeper, and not only to just bring it out, but maybe I could help them, right? And maybe I could plant a seed in their mind that's going to make them think different. Because who doesn't love Christmas?
Right.
Really?
That's rare.
Wow.
So when I hear somebody telling me like, yo, bro, Christmas, I hate it. I'm like, bro, I love Christmas. What are you talking about? What?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's special to me.
Yeah.
Special to a lot of people. Oh, Christmas and music, you know? So I'm just like, okay, let me try to figure this man out. So I was just like, man, you know what? I gotta be careful because people get offended. Because the way that the mind works is based on ego and fear, like I said, right? So remember that. So you got to be careful how you judge people because they get offended because of that, you know, how their mind works. So I was just like, yo, bro, to be honest, no, yeah, you're right. You're right about people being hypocrites. Like this is that. It's stuff that really is not a reason to me not for you to like Christmas. But I'm just like, yo, I like Christmas because I remember when I was a child, right? I remember when I was a child. It brings me memories. Like it brings me good memories. Like I hear the song and I get to live that child. Yeah. You know what I mean? Those beautiful memories that I have with my family. Because you guys know how my family is on Christmas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We all get on the floor and start opening gifts. It's beautiful. We tell each other words every time we do gatherings. I gotta put you on blast. Every time we do gatherings, bro. Yo, this is real stuff. When we do gatherings, let me tell you, that's why I love this man so much. Because this man got a pure heart. Yeah. This man got a beautiful heart.
This man about to put me on blast, bro.
Right now.
And this is what I really mean when I tell you he's like my little brother, because it's that close. But every time we do gatherings, like special gatherings, we do in the family. It's something like we're just used to doing. It's part of our family. Whenever it's something special, we make everybody talk. So it's like
a speech.
So if it's my birthday, you're gonna tell me something, even if you don't know me. If you're in a place, bro, and just say, yo, bro, I like your smile, bro. Like, you know, God bless it. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, bro, I like your dreads. Like, yo, I like you're good looking, dude. Yo, you've been here in the gym. You look buff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
something to compliment you, bro.
Exactly. Whatever you need to say. Well, this man right here, his heart is so pure, bro. Like he'll say 3 words and start crying.
For real. For real.
because he's that close to our family. But what was I getting? So I was talking about the Christmas, right? So I'm just like, let me figure this out. And this is what I mean by a lot of people don't understand how we are programmed because of the things that we are forced to believe. That enters our belief system and becomes an agreement within our lives. You're falling asleep on me. You gotta drink a little water.
No.
He falls asleep. He falls asleep every podcast.
Something that enters our belief system. I'll let go of the mic in a second. Y'all better talk. Something that enters our belief system and it becomes an agreement within ourselves, right? That makes us who we are. It makes our personality. You listen to me? You're not listening to me. You're spaced out. What you think about your ex? Your girlfriend?
Yeah, I got to rebuttal you everything you just said right now. If you need
let me hear you. I'm just kidding. So you know what I'm saying? So these things come into your belief system and you're forced to believe, bro, because you were innocent, right? So if you have parents, I'm gonna go quick on that. If you have parents that taught you, hey, don't do that. Boom, they hit you. Hey, don't do that. Boom, they did this. That's exactly what you're gonna do with your kids.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So how are you in control of what you believe and what you should do? Hey, Christmas, we don't celebrate that. That's exactly what you're gonna do. So I told this man, like, hey, you know, the reason why I love Christmas is because my childhood, I experienced the best childhood. So now that I'm grown, I'm able to live that through my kids, because I have a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
And when I say kids, but my kid, I'm able to experience that. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, bro. I'm taking too long.
No, go ahead.
You're looking at the time. You're getting me nervous.
No,
I can't believe it.
I got people messaging me.
So what I'm saying is,
Yeah, you are.
Right?
You do look like you're checking your watch.
So
People are texting me
what
and
I'm trying
everything.
to say is, so this man, you know what I mean? Like, he tells me he hates Christmas, this, that. And I tell him that. I was like, oh, yo, again. So I feel like I said that 3 times. But anyway, so that's when I saw a look in his face, right? And this is what people don't realize. You need to become aware that a lot of your problems have to do with what have entered your belief system since you were brought into this world. And the reason why you have so many issues and the reason why you're so aggressive, bro. You aggressive?
Nah.
Okay.
I mean, I have moments, but I recognize my moments and I understand that, and I do apologize for my behavior whenever I get out of hand.
Okay, so you're aware.
Yeah, I'm aware of situations that I can get out of hand. But, you know what?
But you still do it, and then you say sorry.
Well, to an extent, I've changed completely since I was in high school.
Okay, perfect. I love to hear that. But a lot of
better.
To not get off
Way
of it,
better.
a lot of our issues.
Yeah.
Yo, you like to drink?
Yeah.
Yo, you like to smoke? I speak for myself. You like to smoke cigarettes? Guess what? I saw my dad smoking cigarettes most of my life. So I was 16, huffing and puffing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whatever enters our belief system That's who we become. And who you are right now, 99% of what you are right now has to do with what you were going through when you were a child. And a lot of people don't become aware of this. And that's why that chain keeps going.
They
You know what I'm saying? Listen.
Cruz is like, I'm getting offended by this.
No, I'm not.
Listen to me, bro.
not.
I'm gonna go personal.
All right.
My father, I was born in Colombia and I was raised here in Florida. And you know, most Hispanic, right? Most Hispanic, you know, we all most people that have that program that you want your child to learn, spank them. Well, my father was a little, you know, he would manhandle me when I was too young. But anyways, he just
You were crazy though.
you learn to have compassion because that's what they know.
That's all they
You
understand.
understand what I'm saying? Like whenever people teach you what they teach you, it's because that's all they know. It is not. It's not their fault. You understand? What's your fault is, you know what I'm saying? Like what you continue doing because you don't understand. But what I was getting with that was pretty much that, bro. Like most of our way of being has to do with the things that we've been put through, we've experienced. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have so many issues, and that's why we are all mainly programmed by the same virus. You know?
Yep.
That's where the virus comes. That's where the enemy has gotten everybody, and that's why everybody's living the same way, thinking it's okay. Because we all have the same enemy fighting against us.
Yeah.
I feel like there's different variations of it, and it's
Yeah, of
important
course.
because Stan talks to me about it. She went to school for social work, so all they talk about is, somebody was murdering somebody. It's because they were molested as a child or something. You could turn it this way a little bit. I hear it too. Shout out, good job for listening. But they talk about the same thing. They say this person was a serial killer. I could pinpoint the point in that person's life why they became a serial killer, right? They were molested or they were this or they were that. And that's the extreme case, if you ask me. That's the extreme case, right? You were molested, you also become a rapist or you a murderer or whatever. Or you don't because you mentally were able to figure things out to where you didn't need to resort to that. But I feel like on a lesser level, it applies to everything, which is what Santi's talking about. He's like you're a murderer because you were molested or something like that, right? But then you take it another level, like, you were bullied in high school, or your girlfriend told you, I don't want to be with you in front of everybody or something like that, and that carried with you for the rest of your life. So now it's like, I don't really like when girls
Those are agreements that you made within yourself because of what you experienced and what you allowed yourself to believe.
I feel like
go ahead.
I feel like sometimes it's your mindset too. You know, you gotta be hard on yourself, and it sounds stupid. I mean, but the Lord itself, you gotta use that, and you can't neglect yourself. Like people, I feel like the whole mind war they never really accept themselves and never fight. They never fight. It's just like it's kind of like a lost battle. Like, I hate this. That's all it is. I fucking can't do that. That's all it is. That's
called denial.
Yeah, denial. They fight themselves the whole time, but they don't ever try to change. They don't try to fix the actual situation at hand.
I'll be real with you, bro. Like, since I started reading the book, because that to me, that's what I'm always coming back to like get me back in the track, But also like when I'm in the chair with you and we talk and shit, it does make me more aware. But what the awareness brought me, because one big thing with me is my pops, and I feel like my pops always acted away with me, right? And I knew he loved me or something, but I always knew he had drinking problems, always knew this or that. And it definitely makes you think, like, cause I know he got messed with when he was a kid, right? And then you just see like
It follows. And that's the thing. You guys haven't had no kids yet. And this is a little personal.
Yeah.
But you have to be really careful. I just speak to everybody. You have to be really careful because you'll continue to do the same thing. And then you'll realize, even though you know it was painful for you, even though you know it affected your life, right?
A generational change.
Bro, it continues because you haven't switched the agreement that you made when you were a child with the now of you being in control and being conscious of what's wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
You feel, your mind makes you feel, because that's the enemy. The enemy wants to hold you against wants to define you by your scars. He wants to make you feel like it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
you should act that way because this person did that to you.
You did, so it's okay. What's any difference? Just keep going.
So what do you think about people that have the opposite reaction? they went through something and they're like, I'll never be like that, and I'll never do that because of what I went through and what it caused me pain mentally, physically, and stuff like that.
They do it out of anger.
It happens. But you know what happens? It's like when you don't become aware of how that situation, right?
You're brushing it under the rug.
How that situation
Putting
brought
a
you
Band-Aid on a
issues.
big wound.
Even though you did not doing exactly the same way, right? It's being affected some other way. It's like if you come into the house, right, and you're really tired and you're really hungry and you just worked all day, right, and you come into the house and your 5-year-old daughter is singing away, happy, and she's singing with all her lungs, and you come and you're like, you just aggravated because you're tired. And you're like, shut up, you can't sing. Your voice is horrible.
Oh,
right?
that's so mean.
That little girl ain't gonna sing again, right? But it's not only gonna affect her singing, but it's gonna affect her maybe
Self-esteem.
expressing her emotions, maybe socializing with people, maybe coming out of the room and being the first one to take action. Like it's other ways that we are affected by these things that we don't understand.
I tell you what,
because like for me, like when I was growing up, so like that, like I basically had two fathers growing up. My younger days, I had my biological dad, which nobody in my personal life really even met or knows. But he was like super abusive physically. And then my stepfather growing up was super verbally abusive. And Cruz laughs because Cruz fucking knows, bro.
I'm fucking out like, who the fuck are you? Like,
But my stepfather was like really like verbally abusive, and so like I had vowed that like, because I had gone through that, and like he would literally, it was fun for him just to piss me off as much as he could. The more reaction he got out of me, was the happier he was. He got enjoyment out of it. And he's changed now. He's not like that no more. But like, cause he found God, and he had demons that he was battling himself from when he was a kid, which is exactly what Tiago was saying. Is he was basically going through his own battle, and until he learned to be able to control that, he didn't change. But I had vowed that like I would never ever treat my kids like that because of what it caused me, like the things that he would say, and it was just like I would never want to put my kids through that. And I have vowed that I would never ever put my kids through that because of what I went through. But
I will say, because you asked a question, it's like, what do you like? Some people will not do what the generation has done out of another reason besides being aware of okay, your mind's taken. And I'll tell you like to me, I could kind of feel the difference because just like you, right? Like you went through something with your pops. I went through something with my pops. And I can tell you right now, like if you weren't in my life, if I never read that book, I wouldn't do that. But I will say it's like that experience is like a heater, and out of anger, I'm not gonna do it. Like I'll never be like my dad, bro. Like, but what happens is I still might get drunk here or there, and it'll pop out more often, right? And then it's like, oh, you just you're brushing it under the rug, right?
Yep.
Versus what you're talking about is like killing it at the root.
Exactly. Yep.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah, no, I agree with. I mean, what you were saying. I mean, and everyone ends up differently. I feel like that too. I feel like it has to do with your. Because you're right. I mean, when you go through something, you start experiences are what mold you to become who you truly.
Your personality
at the end of it all. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I mean, you saw me. I was being stupid in high school. I was being reckless. I was fucking trying to do whatever I can do, bro. I was being fucking reckless. I didn't give a damn, you know. And I went for a while until I got arrested and been stupid. And that's because I lost my father at a young age, and I remember it all. Like I carried him and everything after it all, and it's just I used that as
emotion made you lose control.
Kind of like that. Well, yeah, to a sense, yeah, it was like that. And if you look at my brothers and us, we're all different. We're all different.
Let me tell you something real quick. They know I can relate with you when it comes to being crazy because I was all over the place. They know that, but it had a lot to do with the things that I've gone through in my life. And until I didn't realize it, until I don't become aware, I can I was still stuck thinking that it was okay.
Yeah.
You know what people will see you doing, they would be like, "Whoa, bro, you're a little too wild." You'd be like, "This is me. I'm crazy, bro." Like, you know what I mean? It will be okay with you because of something that made you that person.
Now you're right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you have to be compassionate, and you gotta stop judging people. Oh, this person. No, bro. You don't know what that person went through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who are you to judge? And if you only understood that every time you judge, you're hurting yourself, you're leaking your own energy, and that's what 7 spiritual laws of success, puppy. That tells you.
Talks about that.
No.
In order for you to reach your pure potentiality and for you to be in that field where you're the most creative, the most powerful, your nature inclination is to do the right thing.
Yeah.
to perform at your best, you know what I'm saying, you won't leak your energy by
Yeah,
judging.
you're right.
You can't judge nobody. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're 100% right.
And that has given me more compassion towards people because I'm like, yo, bro, who knows? I've gone through some tough things, but yo, he could have gone through worse things. So you know
Facts.
what? Hey, yo,
I stick by that.
you tell me, yo, and you offended me. I'm just like, yo, bro, you know what? I've been teaching her that. I tell her like, don't get offended by people because most of the time, you just the reason why they released whatever they said. But really, whatever they telling you is because they're projecting their own reality. They're projecting their own dream of their own life, what they've gone through.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
No, because they like legit.
That's deep stuff, bro.
No, it's deep. And
People might release anger on you, right? And you don't even know that they're lost in fear, bro.
No, I fuck with it because I mean, like he said, I had a friend, and every time you said that, I used to always think that way back in high school and growing up in college and everything like that. Was always somebody's going. 'Cause I used to beat myself up and be like, yo, this, that, and the fourth, and get into my dark modes. And I used to always think someone got it worse than me. And you know who really made me think that way? I don't know if you know Chino. Chino was in our high school. He was in like I had 7. I think it was like fucking sophomore year, freshman year with him. You know Chino?
What about him? No.
So Chino lost.
I probably do. I do.
Yo, we were at this little meeting. It was a guy, inspirational guy in the auditorium. He was talking his thing, and Chino started breaking down. I talked to him. Chino lost his parents, his sister, and everything in a car accident right in front of him. Mm-hmm. Right in front of him.
Wow.
And I was like, and he was able to still smile, come to school, be happy, and I'm over here like, yo, I lost 1, you lost 3. And you're over here just smiling, happy with everybody, loving life. Like, how can I go out my way to be all depressed and angry if you're still able to enjoy your life?
Yeah.
You know, it shows you that you can't dwell on what already happened. You got to continue forward. Like, it is what it is. Life
And the
is
power
life.
now teaches you that. You guys,
big
know.
piece.
Your mind,
Don't live in the past.
your mind lives in time.
It
Your
does.
mind, look. How much you try to say no, your mind lives in time. Your mind lives in the past and lives in the future, and that's why so many things are created. So many things come into your life that shouldn't, right? Because if you live in the moment, if you live in the now, you don't have no reason to have anxiety, which it comes from the future. You have no reason to suffer because it comes from the past. Anxiety of what's gonna happen, and the suffering because of what already happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
So-
something that took me a long time to
I
understand.
want to ask that because I feel like, you're a beautiful girl, right? And you like, I know you got like a great following on Instagram and stuff. And I feel like that's a weird world. Like, that's a weird balance right there, right? Like, we're
Right.
talking about going out and, you got to find a way to be an influencer. But at the same time, you gotta, because now like you're learning, you're reading books and stuff like that with Santi. Like, how do you keep that balance of, okay, I gotta control my mind. I gotta make sure that like these outside opinions don't affect me as much, or obviously it affects you, but you're working on not affecting me.
Right.
I gotta make sure I'm doing things that's my purpose or whatever. How did that change for you a little bit? Because
So for a very long time, to be very honest with you, in the very beginning, when I started gaining all these followers, the hate did bother me a lot.
Yeah.
A lot, right? But when I noticed, like, my fans are, like, all my followers are very loving. Like, if you see the comment section, they're all super loving. They're all super supportive. You barely see any type of hate, right? So when I do get the occasional hate, it, like, stings a little bit, but then, I learned how to get over it, how to just really kind of brush it off. With his help, he holds me accountable for a lot of things, right? And I just feel like when I'm slacking, I speak about it with him, and he's like, no, you can't let that get to you. You can't this, you can't that. But it's not something that I show on social media.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
not something that I'm going to go on social media and just post all this type of stuff. No. Like,
Yeah.
I try to be private with my personal feelings on social media. So, like, you don't really see too much of that. It's just more internally, more just me and at home. So, I just try not
Which
to.
is something normal, we all have these thoughts. Remember,
Yeah.
like all these thoughts that people making part of their life, we all have. It's just that some of them allows it to be them. You know what I mean? Some of them allows
Consume
to consume them, become, because I have thoughts all the time. I might have a thought that, I'm saying, I'm like, yo, I want to smack this person. And I'm just like, I didn't even acknowledge it. It went through my mind, but I didn't. But then you have somebody else that they actually do it because they.
Yeah, it's like
You
a
know what I
thought
mean?
that like, oh, I have to do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's okay. You can't. I tell her all the time. Don't be hard on yourself. Whenever you have a thought, but why am I thinking about this? Why? Because it's supposed to happen. Your mind is something that God gave you, right? Your mind is not you. Your mind is a tool that God gave you to work either against you or with you, right? Whatever you feed your mind is either that's what's gonna do. It's either gonna work against you or with you. So if you're having a lot of bad thoughts, hey man, maybe you gotta put that tool through something positive. Maybe you're listening to things that you shouldn't. Maybe you're around the people that you shouldn't. And that's the reason why it's working against you.
I feel
You know what I'm
like
saying?
being
meditation.
a mother.
I want to get into meditation real fast after.
Yeah.
I feel like being a mother helps me a lot too. Being a parent, it teaches me a lot, and it really puts me to the test when it comes to dealing with my daughter, right? And how the mind is working and how everything that I'm learning. And I just feel like that's the ultimate test. Do you guys have kids?
No.
Okay.
I got a niece.
I got a niece too.
Well, they can be very challenging, right? So in the beginning, when we started, coming around each other, he saw how my daughter was, and she, how she's changed so much. But it was challenging with her, and I would like the switch would flip. Right, but I was never the type to hit my child or nothing. It was more of a raising my tone in a way and speaking in a way that I shouldn't.
Yeah, because of the things that she had learned and she's continued. And I'm part of that. I'm guilty of that too. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. They were things, and I would hear my mother and the way I would speak to my child.
Yeah.
And I was like, when he brought it to my attention, I was like, whoa, hold up, it's true. So now there's been such a shift with how I parent my daughter because. I even read books on this, and how the parenting books tell you your child is not responsible for how you feel. You need to be in control of your feelings. They have nothing to do with how you're feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If your child has control of your emotions and your feelings, you're wrong.
That's that's such a blessing right there. Like I feel like in a nutshell, parents do that to their kids, and 20 million different ways. Like you just touched on a way like you just raise your tone at your kid, right? Like thank God, like it's such a props to you guys and you for sure for working on that. And like to some people that's minimal, and to some people like bigger things has happened, but for the same reason. It's like, it's not your kid's fault what you're feeling or what you're going through, that you feel insecure about something or that you're going through something.
People don't understand between the two different things is they can't and they won't. You know what I mean? You understand?
Break it down.
In the sense of like a lot of parents think like, oh, she can't, she won't do that. She won't do this. It's not that she won't or he won't. It's not that your child won't. It's just she can't.
There's
wait, she won't listen to me. She won't do it. It's not that they can't do it. It's that they won't do it. And most parents failed in that because they expecting their kids to know how to express the way they do as an adult, to handle a situation the way they do as an adult. But that's deep because we going big on that on parenting because we both have 5-year-olds that we're trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Teach.
Now that we understand, because we do a lot of talk.
Things,
now that we understand how we need to become aware of the things that we've learned, how we've been, and how we were affected by the way we were raised, like we have to make a change and we have to become that generational
breakers.
Exactly.
Because like if you think back when you're 5 years old, it's like, everything is great, everything's green, everything's blue. Mommy just snapped on me.
Exactly.
What did I do? I do?
So that's how I put it into perspective with my daughter, and I'm proud of myself because it has changed completely. Yeah. Right. And I just think about how when I was a child and how when my mother would yell at me and I would get shut down, like, okay, and it caused an insecurity. It caused me to be feel less than, you know what I mean? Very I can't do that. Very shy. I love to sing, but ask me to sing. Cause I'm
sing.
It's very
I've seen you sing before. You're good too.
If y'all were to hear this woman sing, that's why she got so many followers. If y'all were to hear this woman sing, all of y'all hairs would.
Do you still have that pose with you and John?
I do.
That's
I do.
good. That was-
I do. I have all of them. Yeah.
That was really good. That was fire.
Thank
oh my
you,
god.
thank you.
I mean, that's how I got introduced, but like just off that was you're really good. But
Thank you.
I want to talk about that real quick though, and then we can go into meditation. But I want to say because there is a balance, and there is like because nobody that I've met that's super successful, or nobody that I've met that had an understanding like you have, has not went through something, right? Like the best people in the world went through the shittiest situations in the world, right? And it's the craziest thing, but because like you need to, that's why it's really good that we're putting stuff like this out there because it helps you deal with it. Because if you ask me, the like
Failures make you focus on areas that you need to evolve.
exactly, exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
100%.
And that's definitely why I feel like I have a purpose in life because I've done failed the worst.
Yeah,
I've done hit rock bottom. So I'm just like, okay, why am I gonna waste my life? You understanding that I went through that for a reason. I evolved from it. I came out of it. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to my faith.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what got me out of this. You know, you guys know, like obviously you see it, even though we didn't touch down on that. But thanks to me believing and having that faith, I was able to overcome and evolve and be able to walk again and be able to bring my life back and be able to cut hair again. You know what I'm saying? Things that most people think is impossible, but thanks to my faith in God, right?
Yeah.
I was able to what? You guys know?
Yeah.
I was able to
Walk
learn how to.
again.
I was able to walk, and you might not know this, but
Learn how to cut hair at the opposite hand.
Fam.
yeah. So when
And
I
Cutting
nasty
hair with
with
your
it.
right.
so when
He's
I
the
so
best barber I know.
yeah.
With
so
the
when I
opposite.
got hit by this car, bro, you don't know. So it's something new to you. When I got hit by this car, I obviously like my right arm took the most damage. I almost lost this arm.
Okay.
And this arm in my wrist is really damaged, like really, really damaged. Like I try to not show it too much, but sometimes I'm in such pain.
You have to wear that a lot, right?
Yeah, so like I have to have pressure on my arm, and I have to have this bar on the bottom, so it don't hurt as much because I have like a piece of metal that always bothers me. But anyways, and not only that, but half of my hand is paralyzed, and I was able to do the impossible. You know what I'm saying? And I was learn how to cut hair on my left, but it's because I decided to have faith, take that leap of faith in God, and you only gotta have this much of faith.
Yeah.
You don't gotta have a lot of faith. It's not like you have to turn and be the number one fan. No. You just have to have a little faith and you'll move mountains.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had a little faith thanks to my family and the support that I have from my family, you know what I'm saying? And thanks to the seed that my family kept planting in me, like don't give up, don't lose the battle in your mind. We're here. So definitely like what you were saying, like having somebody like, you know, like a loved one, like your girlfriend is good. Cause I had that. I was blessed to have, you know, my family in my life to tell me like, hey, listen, don't lose the battle in your mind. Here you go, let me plant this seed. And I was able to fight against the battle of my mind, have some faith, right? And the Holy Spirit was right next to me the whole time, and He lifted me up in a way that doctors were like, bro, you know about this kid? Bro, I was talked about, you guys know, I was talked about in this hospital, right? And amazing hospital. Now, you know, cheapy choppy, you know what I mean? Amazing hospital. And they would say, you know about this kid? Like that he just, this kid he's out of this world. You know what? Call him back. We want to do a whole video on this man. And right now, if you go to the hospital I was in, guys know that they made a whole video about my life, and they use me, right, to
Motivate
pretty
others.
much market their hospital.
Yeah.
And why our doctors are the best.
Yeah.
So they honestly, I was God. You know what I mean? And I say I'm all down for it because if it's gonna help people, I'm with it. You know what I mean? It's not gonna bring. I'm not worried about you bringing you money, but it's gonna motivate people to understand that it's okay, bro. You could be in a place where you're like, bro, that's where I'm at, bro.
I can't imagine. I just want to say this real quick because, like, if anybody you think, like, yo, I'm doing this, I'm doing good. Like Santi was up, like he was up, so much up that he had like this nice bike, he had the nice car. Everybody needed a cut from him. He was like, you know, everything A through Z, right? And then he started from the bottom again, broke barriers that doctors said he couldn't break. That's A. That's the craziest one. But B, to me, like I think about things and like and I think about myself. Like apply it to however you can. But like I know what makes me money, right? Like I know what my skills are that makes me money. I could not imagine you took that away from me. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna use this. You know, I'm gonna use my left hand and be the best.
You're right hand. You're an artist. Imagine being a drawer.
I'm gonna be honest. When I first started,
Fam.
like it was really hard.
Use your
you know?
other hand.
And that's how it happens with most people in life. Like they don't believe. Like they see something so complicated, right, and so out of this world that they judge themselves into not doing it because they, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not mentally strong enough to be able to get up and say, yo, I'm gonna be able to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be able to get up and go against what they're telling me I can't do. You know what I mean? And it don't gotta be so drastic. It could be, you know what I'm saying, like not so drastic as where I was in my life, but something, you know, simple. Like, oh, yo, bro, you what? You wanna get your CPA?
Right.
For what? You sure you can do that? And it happens so much because people judge you, bro. That's how the mind works. Judgment and the victim. Oh, what? You want to sell houses? Bro,
You know what you
you
gotta
curse
do?
too much. Yo, bro, you look your lineup kind of crooked. I don't know if you can sell a house.
Hey, bro, I gave my own haircut myself, motherfucker.
You just hit an insecurity right there.
Exactly. He's like, go home and be like, is my hairline really crooked?
That's how it happens. That's how it is.
agree.
Yo, bro, you know how many times I've heard, bro, why would you even try to get back into the game of because the barber game right now is, y'all know that. I don't know if y'all know, but the barber game right now, especially because prices went up, huh?
Yeah, it's hot.
$50.
Barbers are making money that it requires at least 6-7 years of school to be able to make. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm gonna be real with you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, bro.
I'm not here like bragging or anything, but that's how they just don't change. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful that I stayed on that game and I tried because it wasn't like this back in the day. It wasn't worth it.
I went from paying $5 for a haircut. This man got in an accident. Now I'm paying $50.
So the whole game changed now. You know what I mean? So I'm just thankful that I stayed on the game. But you know how many barbers? So obviously when you hear from somebody, you're like, oh, bro, you're not a barber. Shut up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you hear from a barber saying like, yo, bro, go home. Yo, bro, just don't do that.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, just don't do that to yourself. Like you're gonna make yourself feel worse. Like why would you, bro? You're shaking, bro. What if fear to try to put, because that's what the enemy does. Yo, what if you cut somebody?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
To put a picture for those that don't know, I remember like right when you first started cutting and I walked in, Santi had to sit on a stool the whole time. He couldn't even stand up and walk around you.
Well, everything was against me, bro.
Yeah, he was
everything.
Couldn't stand up, let alone using his left hand.
I didn't even get a haircut until this man learned how to cut hair again. I told him, I was like, yo, nobody's cut my hair until you get a hair.
That's crazy, right?
Really?
And it was a
Yeah,
wild.
bro.
Yo,
I had
you was
No
going.
way.
I was looking like the early Justin Bieber. Longer
Oh
though.
my
Yeah. He's saying nobody touching me, but the thing is that he didn't know how severe it was. So once it started,
Nah, I knew how severe it was. I had faith. I knew.
like in a sense of time. You know
I
what I
knew.
mean?
Oh yeah, of course. I knew you'd be good, bro. I just had that faith.
He saw the determination in you.
Exactly. So
I knew
everything
he'd
was
be good.
against me, bro. Everything was against me. You know what I'm saying? And it takes that understanding, and whoever's watching, it takes for you to become aware, right? To be able to fight against that battle that's keeping you down for so long, that's keeping you empty, that's keeping you broke, that's keeping you stuck. That's keeping you understanding that you have so much potential. Because, yo, ain't nothing worse than that. Knowing that you have so much potential and you stuck and you go so many years without doing anything with your life. And you're like, yo, but I know how to do this. I know how to do this. And why am I still here, bro? Yo, he's all the way over there. That man is dumb.
Yeah.
Hey, he's winning the
Mind
battle
is
of his
very
mind, pa.
powerful.
You understand what I'm saying?
Look at Stephen Hawking's, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. You could be well spoken. You could have that.
The
Bro,
guy
you
couldn't
could
even
have
speak.
beautiful green eyes. You
Who
could
that?
have good
Stephen
smell.
Hawking?
You could be ready. You could be ready to be the salesman, the best salesman
like
that
a
you
puddle.
can find. Hey, but if your mind, listen. In order for you to win the war of the world, you gotta win the war of your mind.
Yeah.
That's simple, bro.
Period.
It's so simple. People miss it, bro.
And it sounds like, like, okay, but it's deep. Like, if you really think about it, it's deep, you know?
That is.
Yo, people think like, hey, we might be talking philosophical. We might be getting like, oh, they're getting deep. But it's like, yo, that's what it takes in order to get into your head.
It's even the smallest things. I mean, if I'm gonna be real with you, I mean, fucking even real estate. I mean, I did my first orientation with fucking Keller Williams, and you know how many part timers there are who ain't selling shit? 80% of realtors don't make it, and I realized why.
Yo, pause right there, real quick. How many times you doubted yourself?
Yeah, a shit ton.
Okay.
And guess how much times I push myself up?
The next time you doubt yourself, right? It's good. You have self-motivation. You have
Oh yeah, I'm not
self-love.
doubting no more.
Exactly. But you might get to that point where it's not just doubting something so small. You're gonna doubt something big, and right? It
Probably.
takes for you to have crazy faith. It takes for you to have that faith to be able to.
Yeah.
You understand?
And support system too.
So listen. Whenever that thought comes into your mind, it enters. You need to be able to capture that thought and think: is this thought coming from love, or is coming from fear? God, listen. God is the God of love, right?
Yeah.
And this is a scripture that I keep around with me that helps me so much, right? It's 2 Timothy 1:7. It says, "For God gave us spirit not of fear, but of power, love, and self-control." That's a scripture that is so powerful, bro. You have no clue. Whenever you're going through self-doubt, whenever you're going through anything that's based on fear, because every negative emotion comes from fear. It might be too deep for you to understand, maybe, but if you really think about it, anything that you have negative sitting in your soul, sitting in your mind, sitting in your body, because your emotions belong to your body. That's why we manifest. We manifest to gain control of our bodies, to be able to deal with our emotions. Because whenever you're angry, right, you feel it right here. Whenever you're sad, you feel it in your stomach. Whenever you angry, your hairs in your body is ready to pump. You know what I'm saying? To smack somebody, because it's in our body. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we manifest. We meditate to gain control of our body, right? To silence the mind. You've learned that. To silence the mind, to gain control of the mind, and to be able to live with our soul, our conscious. So whenever you have these thoughts, think about that scripture. Maybe you could listen to it maybe you don't remember, but listen to it.
Yeah.
It's so powerful, bro. Not every thought that you have comes from a good place.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, bro. I know.
So, it's beyond what you are able to obtain from your own control. You have to understand that you cannot do this by yourself. And you might not understand it because maybe your faith is not, but
No,
you
I
could
believe I believe in God.
Yo, let me tell you, you believe in God, good. But when I tell you, bro, that's our strongest, our most powerful tool.
I prayed before every test.
Hey, there you go.
Shit.
Prayer
I
is
prayed
amazing.
before every fucking test.
Prayer is
To see if it works.
amazing.
I think
Hey,
if you're not,
look. Before you keep
Yeah.
going, I want you guys to understand this. This right here is helping me
yeah,
because I'm living that right now. I'm not perfect. I'm not holy. I'm not, bro.
that's
I just started. You know what I'm saying? Like
This journey.
getting into. Yeah, I'm fresh into this journey, but it's like now I'm going into this journey with more hunger because I am aware. Most people are like, I want to go to church. Okay, I'm going to go to church because they start looking for reasons, right? They start looking, there's a pretty girl in there. Oh, that pretty girl.
Or something bad has to happen in your life.
Exactly.
for
Oh,
you to
that pretty
find
girl,
that,
might be mine. So let me go to church. Or you know what? Like, I'm just around wrong people. Let me go around people that are in church because that's where. Or I like the singing. I like or I might learn something. But when they go there, they're not really there because they're not understanding why you need to be there. You understand what I'm saying? So we go to church and we go. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go to church, but we study. Right? We study the truth, which I believe. I started off with what they're reading, which is the power of now and spiritual books and not based on so much about God. But after I done read all those books and I got to, there's a book called Don't Let the Enemy Sit at Your Table. And this book was given to me by my sister for my birthday. That book done changed my life. You know what I mean? That book, everything that I've learned, right, throughout all the books that I've done told you, because after I told you guys to read the books that I told you, I done read like 10. You know what I'm saying? Because I love reading. Yeah. But that gave me so much better understanding of what it really means, like just going by philosophy and just going by the mind. And because it's like, why is the mind acting that way? And there's something greater. You know what I'm saying? There's something bigger than that. And, that's the enemy and, you know what I'm saying? Like the truth and God,
Yeah.
So
I think it's important too to say because you sound very experienced. You sound like you're well into it. You're deep into it, and I think it's important too that you mentioned like it's also a constant battle. So like anybody that's like, yo, I like what I'm hearing. I like the perspective that's being taken. understand that's where, like, in my mind, that's where that battle starts. You've always been battling, but that's when you're aware of your battle. And I think it's just a constant flip. Just like dieting, just like you're working out or whatever. Like, yo, even the most fit people are like, damn, I fucked up this week, you know, or whatever. But yeah, anyways, I think that's something important to know too.
Yesterday, we had a quick conversation last night with his sister, and she said something that opened my eyes. I was like, okay, wow, that's a different way to view it. And she said, it's not about the experience, it's about your reflection, how you're reflecting on. That was the word? It's not about the experience, it's about how you're reflecting on your past, on your experience, you know what I mean, and how you're learning from it. It's not just, I got so much experience that I know this and that.
What'd you learn from it?
It's what you learn and how you're reflecting.
And what you're able to apply, because everything that
How
you
to
learn is
apply.
just information. Once you apply, that becomes knowledge.
And that's like one thing. That's one reason I started reading like the more mind and spiritual side of books, because like I was reading all these books about money and investing and like all these different things. But like the thing was that I was struggling with the root of it, which was in myself, like learning how to discipline myself enough to actually apply the things that I was learning and learning how to like actually be able to implement them, because that's where I was struggling on the more side, was just like mentally and like personally. And those books, like they can give you a million different knowledge and different things about what to do with money, how to invest it, this, that, whatever it may be. But if you don't have the self-control and the discipline to be able to actually control yourself and control your mind and learn how to implement these things and be able to actually focus on those things, then in reality, you're just wasting the knowledge that you're learning, because you don't actually have the skills to be able to implement those factors into your life. You know what I mean?
I got a question though, because like there is emotions and there's feelings, right, that you need to be able to leave off and deflect. But then how can you tell emotions that are valid? Right?
Give me more detail on what you're saying.
I feel like every emotion is valid. You just have to allow it to flow through you.
Okay,
Yeah,
look,
exactly.
This is a perfect time for me to explain to you something. Something that I taught to her. Something that I talk to her about all the time, and I tell her, emotions are very important. Listen to me carefully. This is something deep too. Emotions are very important. You know what I mean? Not every emotion you have to ignore. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you have to learn how to detect between an emotion that comes from a good place and an emotion that doesn't. Excuse me. But emotions are very important. Not getting so technical about what we're talking about, but emotions is like this. Emotions is like level 1. And I know you remember me telling you this, and I was like, and she told me, she was like, hey, yo, I never seen it. I never thought.
So
I was like, yo, you know what? That's crazy. I'm gonna apply that to my life. And these are things that, you know, I was able to obtain from like gaining so much information. And this is things that like I've just, you know, not everybody might agree with it, but it's something that like it makes so much sense to me, right? So you have emotions, right? And you need to listen to your emotions, you know, because emotions are there for a reason. So whenever you feel an emotion, right, you hit level 1. Level 1 of an emotion. You feel this emotion, and whatever it is that you're feeling the emotion, right? Level 2, you use this emotion to plan on what it's trying to tell you, why are you feeling this, and what do you need to do about it, right? So you got level 1, you made it to level 1. So if you felt that emotion, be happy. Why? Because most people don't feel emotions, right? Well, I don't want to say most people, but a lot of people don't feel emotions.
Yeah, I don't
emotions
either.
is what makes you understand that either something's right or something's wrong. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or this is pretty deep. This is something you gotta listen.
It's deep.
Listen to me. I'm gonna repeat myself. Emotions are telling you something. If you do not have emotions, you're in danger. Why? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna explain to you in an example, right? You're in this room, right? This is all you got. You're broke. You're sad. You're stuck, right? And you got zero emotions. You're gonna be in the same place. But if you have this emotion of, oh, I hate this. Oh man, I'm broke. You made it to level 1, pa.
Yeah.
Right? So now you plan. Either you're gonna change or you're not. So it's good to have emotions because that makes you become aware that something's wrong.
A lot
or
of people
something's
stay
right.
stuck in
A lot of people, are lost in the sauce, and even though they get smacked by people like, yo, what the hell you doing? They're like, what? I ain't doing nothing. It's because they're not having no emotions about what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
And
emotions
that's
are
hidden with like alcohol, weed,
Whatever it
like
is,
people that are
whatever
just
it
all
is.
over it. It's true.
whatever it is. So emotions are very important. So you have this emotion, right? You come, you go to level 2, you plan. Level 3 now is your action. And either you could take the A or B, the wrong way or the right way. The wrong way is being stuck, not willing to battle your mind, right? Doing something that is very easy is suffering. That's the easiest thing to do, is for you to suffer and be stuck. And continue to live in the same life, because that's just the easy route. You know what I mean? The hard way is to do whatever it takes, right? In order for you to have an easy life, you need to work hard. If you want to have, if you're working easy, you're gonna have a hard life. That's how it is. You understand what I'm saying? If you ain't doing nothing, you're trying to go the easy route, you're gonna have a hard life. If you're working hard and you want to have a good life, it's gonna be easy. You need to work hard. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how emotions are played. Emotions are very important to understand, and that's what you need to gain control of these emotions, because, like I said, these things, just like your mind, is either gonna work because they're given by God. It's either gonna work against you or it's gonna work for you. So your mind is you're either gonna feed it to work with you or it's gonna work against you. This is pretty deep, bro, and this is the power of now. If you would have finished it, you would have understood me a little deeper. Maybe you got close. I don't know exactly, because you know what I'm saying. But it has a lot to do with what I've learned in that book. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? We meditate. Why do we meditate? We meditate in order for us to silence our mind and to be able to enter our body and bring it into consciousness, to be able to gain control of our emotions, right? So whenever we feel an emotion and we have master meditation, right? People meditate, right? People meditate and they think like, oh, I meditate to just relax. Bro, you do that on vacation. That's cool. Yeah. But meditation is something else. Meditation is something that is needed every single day. I tell her, like, yo, I need to meditate. Why are you waking up so early? I'm going to meditate. You know what I'm saying? I need to meditate. Every day I need to meditate, because through meditation, I gain control of myself and I add fuel to myself to be able to continue throughout the day and be in control of whatever's going to be thrown at me. You don't know what's going to be thrown at you. You don't know what you need to be in control in order for you to do the right thing. In order for you to not react and become like what the book says. That book teaches you. Become the watcher, not the reactor. Because a wise person becomes the watcher and then reacts, not reacts based on emotion and a thought. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we meditate for what? We meditate to enter our bodies. We meditate to silence our minds, because our minds is capable of talking to itself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys are aware of that. Yeah. Our minds move so fast in our head that we're able to talk to itself. And then,
it's almost like if you talk to yourself, because I do.
I talk to myself 24/7.
That might not be the most healthy thing.
Your mind don't
It is
stop.
healthy to me.
But you
You're
are in,
half and half.
you're-
Half and half.
Thinker.
You're in control, bro. You're in control. You're able to tell your mom to stop.
I've learned how to silence it. It takes a long time for me to actually silence it, but I'm getting better at it. And I've gotten better through meditation and stuff like that.
Good.
And like it takes me a while, whatever. It takes me like, I would say probably anywhere between like 10 to 20 minutes in meditation before I can turn it off. But it's getting better.
It's better than what you had before.
Well, when I first started meditation, even when I was meditating, I'm over here like, oh, I still have to go do this. And like, I'm over here meditating. I'm over here thinking about a million other things. And I couldn't control. I couldn't stop it.
And yesterday he mentioned something that I was like, oh, shoot, that's right. There's two voices in our mind, right?
Yeah.
And literally, it's the one that's constantly saying, oh, what, you did this, you did that.
That's me.
Tomorrow I have this, tomorrow I have that. And it doesn't shut up, right? And then you have the voice that's like, okay, I'm trying to meditate. I'm trying to silence my mind. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. Relax. I am this. I am that. I will no longer do this. That's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how important it is to learn how to master meditation, right?
It's super important.
It's very important, bro.
It's super hard too for a lot of people.
Let me tell you something. You will live a whole complete, and I gotta close my eyes because this is for real, bro. You will live a whole complete life, different life. A complete different life. A life of joy, a life of happiness, and a life of whatever you manifest, it comes to you. Because when you are able to do that, you're able to manifest at its finest.
Yeah.
You know? So once you have mastered meditation and you manifest, bro.
For those like that think we're getting deep, which we are, but I just want like one phrase that stuck out to me in that book, like going from I'm not deep into this to like, oof, I kind of understand what you're talking about, is he mentioned like, and people say it all the time, the phrase like, yo, I can't live with myself right now, right? And that's just a normal phrase, it's just a normal thing that people say and stuff, but it's like, yo, think about it. So who are you and who is yourself that you can't live with, right? Here's the two different, that's how, like in my mind it's separated.
Deep.
Boom. In my mind, I'm like, that phrase right there separated who I am and who myself is, right? Like I can't live with myself. Yo, you are you. What do you mean you can't live with yourself? It's like I can't live with how I'm portraying. I can't live with how I'm being and who I know I am or who I am.
Because you know why,
That's
right? Because we
fear.
judge ourselves,
Yeah.
bro. Ain't nobody judging more, you know what I'm saying?
Harshly than we ourselves. Yeah.
Judging us more than ourselves. Ain't nobody abusing us more than we
No,
abuse
so-
ourselves,
Oh my
bro.
God, that's
and that's
crazy.
crazy, bro.
Facts.
Before anybody can make you feel bad, you making yourself feel bad.
Facts.
And that's why self-love is so important. Hey, I want to share with you guys.
This man researching.
I don't know exactly where I have it, but pretty much what I had mentioned to you guys. Like I had told you guys that, but I'm not going to be able to find it. But I had mentioned to you guys how, you know what I'm saying, like God gave us a spirit, right? Not a fear, but power and love and self-control. Love. Yo, love. I didn't understand how powerful love was until just the other day, bro.
Yeah.
Love is so deep. I read this book. It's called, I mentioned it to you. I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but I read this book called The Four Agreements. In that book, bro, like it's based on love. It's based on that, on how if you apply this into your everyday living, your life will change. Everything that you do with love, you'll win. Everything. You heard that before. You want
Love
to
conquers all,
you want
literally.
to be successful in your real estate. You want to be successful in whatever you do. Do it with love.
Yeah.
You want to be a successful parent, do it with love. That's the way
true.
people listen, bro. Listen, you having issues with your girl, right? You having issues with your girl, gain control of yourself because your emotions don't belong to her, it belongs to you. If you're angry, hey, listen, if you're angry and she pissed you off, no matter what she did, but how you feeling, it belongs to you. It don't belong to her. So you gotta gain control. And you know how you fix that? Because obviously most people like they react upon the situation like they're gonna end the relationship that day. And I'm guilty of this. You know what I mean? Like I've made a lot of mistakes until like now that I became aware of it. But if you do things with love, people listen, bro.
Yeah. The 7 spiritual laws talks about that in the law of giving and the law of karma.
Bro,
That's what talks about it in there.
Love is the main thing. Whenever
Yeah.
you're feeling angry, whenever you feel like you're out of control and how you don't know how to deal with a situation, think about it. If I do it with love, how am I gonna move upon the situation?
Yep. And
It don't matter how angry I am. Let me think of love. Love makes you. It finds you peace.
yeah.
Love makes you calm down.
And it's crazy because normally when I go out and market, my mindset.
Damn, we're going pretty deep, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. This
Yeah.
podcast is lit.
But
I ain't gonna lie.
normally when I go out and do my marketing stuff, I usually think about it like from like a monetary point, and like I'm on like I'm in business mode, you know, like me, blah blah. But before, like when I had read through the book, because it's funny because I was planning on doing it already for Thursday, and I was reading through the book, and I just so happened to stumble across like I was actually reading through that, and I saw it, and I was like, you know what, let me try doing like a different approach, and let me try putting more love and more like compassion and more interest into other people than my business. Like my business is gonna come like
That's the
at the end
mentality of
today.
a winner.
Like my business is gonna come at the end today. So literally, like before I started doing it, I meditated before I even started going, and then like even like halfway through the day when I was marketing to people, I even meditated, and the conversations were so different than like what they normally are. Normally I come in, I'm like, hey, I'm so and so, blah blah. Here's my card. Here, give me a call if you ever need me. Instead, I was coming in, I'm like, yo, how's your day? Like, oh, that's great. Oh, is that your kids? I see your kids right there. And like it was just like I'm in the office sitting down for 45 minutes meeting the owner of the companies, bro.
You're creating relationships.
Bro, you open so many opportunities
Yes.
when you move with love, bro, because love is what makes impacting people. That
Yep.
love is what makes people remember you.
Yep. And
Yo, remember Jacob? Yo, that's the one that sold us our home because you acted upon love, right? rather than somebody else that was thinking about money and just thinking about business, they ain't gonna remember.
Yep.
They
And
don't want to remember their name. The reason why they remember their name because you made an impact in their life because of the way that you spoke with love, the way that you approach with love.
So if
the way
you're
that
always moving with love and you acting with love, which definitely will get you the most out of just life, period, and yourself and everything. At a certain point, you might hit a bunch of walls of people that aren't living in love, right? Like you guys are in a good relationship right now, right? Like, and other people are in good relationships, but there's people that, like, let's just say me, it's not true, but let's just say me, my first step is, yo, let me lead with love. All right, this happened. All right, let me understand. Like, I just felt something right now. You know what I mean? Like, you just did this or that, and I felt really disrespect. Let me say, this is me. This is my feelings, this is my emotions. Let me put it to myself. Let me do something where I know, you know, that I'm leading with love. What if it's, and then you get through that, right? Boom. And then you're like, you know what? She is acting good. But then it's like a constant
I was actually about to
wall
I was about to say
of
something.
negativity or something like that. At what point do you feel like, okay, this might not be like, is there ever a point where you're like,
I feel I want to share something real quick before you touch that. That's the perfect example for this is my relationship with my mother. Okay. I know exactly what you're talking about. I would get, and I still do till this day, okay? We had a very rocky relationship, and it was always arguing and back and forth and this and that. So, long story short, we would... we would, you know, have our disagreements, and I would try to speak to her with love. And I speak to her with love. I try to show her the things that I'm learning, right? And she would come at me with negativity. Oh, you think you know it all because da 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 da. And she would just tell me a bunch of negative things that would irk me. That I'm just like, oh, this is the test, yo. Like, this is it, you know?
Ready?
Like, it will rile me up. But then I'm like, I think of everything that we've learned, everything that I've learned on my own, and I'm just like, oh, I got this. You know, I got this. Like, I try to contain myself. I smile, move on. Recently, real quick, you know, I had a little discussion with my mom, and she did the same thing. It was like a negative, constant negative, you know, thing. Eventually, they're going to crack, and they're going to notice the difference in you because of your consistency in the love that you're giving them, right? And it got to the point where my mom was like, I told her, I was like, Mom, how about, because I was trying to teach her, my ego was trying to teach her.
yeah,
Right?
let
It
me
wasn't
show
my
you.
love. It wasn't me
That's
in a
deep.
loving way trying to teach her. It
That's
was my
deep.
ego trying to teach her.
That's deep.
So I said, you know what, Mom? How about every time I learn something, or even when you learn something, we talk about it together. You know, I want her to feel like we're both learning, not like I know more than you.
Let me tell you what I know.
You know, because
Yeah?
at the end of the day, she's my mother, and she's gonna feel some type of way. But that's also how the mind works. You know what I mean? She's gonna feel like, who
my
are you?
daughter's trying to teach me all this
Right,
shit.
right.
Right.
Look, real quick, getting back into what you were saying, she's right. You know what I mean? Like, you have to understand how the mind works in order for you to be able to deal with that doubt that you're having. You know what I mean? The mind is controlled by ego and fear, correct? So a lot of times we don't get the reaction that we need, even though we're reacting upon with love, because that person is trapped in their mind, and their mind is telling them, even though that person is telling you, I love you, tell them you want to kill them.
Yeah.
But that's because they're trapped in their mind, and once they become conscious, what she's saying, they're gonna crack. They become conscious. They're like, oh wait, why did I do that? And they come back to you. But now, what you were saying, when I tell you, when you live with love, right? It's not. It's like pretty much that winning the battle of your mind every single day. It's not you sometimes. It's not when things ain't going the way that you were actually, like the things that you wanted to happen. So if you reacted upon love, you're reacting, you know, with love onto your partner to try to fix the situation. That person came back at you incorrectly, and then you said, freak love, I got to teach. You know what? The first time that you did it, you wasn't real about it.
Right,
You understand what I'm saying?
right.
You didn't really mean it with love. You just tried to change the situation temporarily.
Right.
Because if you really rooted it with love, no matter how it came back to you, you'll continue the same way.
Exactly.
And eventually, you have to understand, eventually something that is attacking somebody, right? They're going to become aware. They're going to become conscious of the situation. And most people, right, act a certain way towards you because you allow them to be that way, right? How hard is it to be like hard on somebody that all they
Radiate
is love. All they
Yeah.
radiate is love, bro. You're gonna feel bad within yourself.
Right. How
You're not
is
gonna
that
feel
gonna
bad
make
for
you
the
feel,
person.
you
You're gonna be like,
know?
well, I feel bad for Zach. Me, if I tell him like, yo, he ugly, because I feel bad for him. I don't.
Damn, why you
no,
telling
you
me I'm
feel
ugly?
bad. You feel
Damn,
bad.
Zach.
You feel bad within yourself. You feel bad. You feel bad within yourself because you know that person's all love.
Yeah.
It's that simple, bro. Life is so simple to understand, like how to better relationships
And,
how to.
and it's true though because like I remember like a couple times in my life, you know, there's just some people, man, that you meet and like they just have those souls that are just like,
yeah.
bro, you just look at me and you're like, yo,
how could anything bad happen to them?
exactly. It's like, and the craziest part is like, I remember like I had worked with a guy like that, and one day there was some other guy that was like making fun of him, bro, and like cracking jokes on him, bro. I got so heated, bro. I spazzed on him. I'm like, yo, how are you gonna be mean to this guy, bro? This guy
how it
comes
is.
in here and he's just nothing but happy. How do you treat this
Nothing
guy
but
like that?
love.
And the guy was just like, oh, I was just joking. I'm like, nah, bro, that's not even cool, cause like,
Everything falls in your favor, bro, when that's
For
how you
real.
live. Bro, everything falls in your favor, bro. You open doors. When you move with love, bro, you know how much opportunity you can open. When you come into a place full of entrepreneurs and you come in there, you don't know jack, and you come in there humble, right? Because a lot of people burn their opportunities by being arrogant.
Yeah.
Arrogant.
ego.
You know what I'm saying?
Egocentric.
Like a lot of people have so much potential. They come into a room with full of entrepreneurs. They're like, I know what I'm talking about. They're like, oh, get this man out, even though he got money.
You
Even
need
though,
to remain
but
a
when you
student.
come in there, you're like, hey, bro,
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I love this and I love what I'm doing and I want to learn. Can you teach me?
Yeah.
Yo, people, you go so far in life.
The man that said he's
because,
the smartest in the room,
because
dumbest.
exactly because you're rooted on love. And remember what I told you guys again. That scripture that moves me every day. Remember 2 Timothy 1:7.
1-7, yeah.
Yeah, you remember? I love
Yeah.
that. For God gives a spirit not of fear, but power. Yo, that's powerful, bro. We have a spirit that we're able to have power, what we want, love, and
Self-control.
self-control.
It's all about unlearning
No,
these habits and these things that we've been
built.
programmed
Yeah.
since,
Takes time
like we said in the
sometimes.
beginning, since birth.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's about just
It's-
unlearning all of that.
it's
So
for
that's
real.
probably
and
the
it's
hardest
hard.
part.
It's hard. It's hard,
It
but it's
is.
not something easy. It's not something like, oh, yo, I
It's the
understand
hardest
it. No,
part.
Constant
And, like,
battle.
a lot of times people don't get that. In order for you to remove that agreement, you have to add another one. So it takes for you to learn new agreements to be able to fill up that hole where you're trying to remove, because now another
And-
one will go right in it. You know
And
what I mean?
the replacement of it is even harder, bro. Like even if you have the new agreement, it's hard to implement it. Like something that like I've been trying to implement is kind of going back off to like the seven spiritual law. It was like trying to like control ego, judgment, so like that. Like I never consider myself a judgmental person, but like it's crazy how much I am a judgmental person without even realizing it. And like I let a lot of things control me. Like things that are out of my control, I let them control me. I let them control my emotions in a sense.
I'm
And it's
saying
crazy. And like
That's-
biggest thing for me is like traffic, bro. Cause I drive a lot for my work. I'm always going from place to place, and I'm like, yo, this stupid person turned right on
That's
red.
the simplest way to put it.
Bro, you know
Yeah,
the
but you know
craziest
those
thing
little,
is,
those little ones are,
bro, they
affect
kill
you.
your energy, bro.
OD, exactly.
And then, like,
You
all
understand-
day-
Yo, I bet after you reading the seven spiritual laws, it said you understand how important it is to gain control of your energy, right?
Yeah.
So many people say, "Yo, I'm all about energy." That's like a thing, bro. If I feel your energy off, like I'm out of here, bro. People are judging others for their
Their energy, yeah.
they're affecting their energy, but they drain their own energy. So
Yeah.
what are you talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? It's just they're unaware. You know what I'm saying? And we're unaware of how we drain our own energy. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
we just don't understand, and it's okay. That's why you need to become aware in order for you to say, all right, okay, I don't know how to fix this problem. I thought I did because my egoic mind and my mind that thinks I know it all, right? I don't got nothing to worry about, because that's
Yeah.
how the mind works. Oh no, I got this in control. Well, I'm Jacob. You don't know who I am, or you know where I come from. I was gangster in high school, bro. Don't play with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm in control, bro. I know what I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. What you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think
But that's all right.
you think you could control 100% the way
No.
your energy is affected though?
Me?
Because I think it's hard. 'cause
I think it takes time, but I think it's possible.
What was your question?
if you can
Control
control the
100%.
energy that's taken or given
Yes.
from you.
100%.
It just takes. A
Or
lot
is
of
it like an
focus.
emotion or a thought where you can control what you do with it?
You just need to understand exactly what is affecting your.
I've
your
witnessed
energy.
I've witnessed him have full control of it.
Of the energy.
Full
Yeah.
control of it.
I'm not perfect.
Literally.
No,
like,
I'm not. I mean, I maybe not. I
we've
still got,
seen-
you know.
No, of course there's
But
definitely
moments.
like but I've witnessed him in moments where I know he will normally get really upset or like bothered or something, and I witnessed him just like acknowledge and have full control of it, you know, and not let it affect his mood and how he's
Wait,
gonna
wait,
continue.
Ways, but we
Which is
fall-
big
we
because
fall-
if you know Tiago, bro, that guy's like a reaction hothead back in the day, bro, and it was crazy.
I've
Like,
done so many unconscious things, bro. Like you have no idea. You would never think, bro. Like now, like obviously, like I gotta be real with myself. You know, I'm gonna be 100%. This is how deep it is. A lot of people can hear me right now and look at me, right, based on what they know from my past, because that's how it is. People want to hold you against,
Judge you.
you know,
Your past.
they want to hold you accountable for what they've seen you be by, and so many people live like that. Ooh, what, Zach? Bro, the last time they saw you was 2015. Zach was cooking up weed. He was, my nigga knew how to do wax and this and that. But little you know that all he's worried about now is his future,
Business,
right?
yeah.
His business. Same thing with Jacob cracked somebody's chin open, bro. He wild, bro. I'm good. Bro, it's been 10 years, bro. It's been 7 years. It's been, bro, it's been 3 days. It doesn't matter, bro. You're not entitled to hold on to your past, even if it's 3 days ago. That's why guys.
you know, what's powerful is like the power, not the power now. The some spiritual law that says the past doesn't even exist anymore.
That's it. It's gone.
Yeah.
And so
It doesn't
many
even
people
You
exist
know what's
no more.
crazy? I also learned, and I heard in a sermon the other day that God doesn't even remember your past. Once you
The only
ask
place
for
that past
forgiveness, exactly.
Yo.
the
only
past
exists
is
in your
gone.
mind. That's the only place the past
how-
exists is in your mind.
You see how she just said that God doesn't remember your past, right?
Yeah.
The enemy wants to hold
that
you.
against
listen,
you, right.
listen. So it's not the thoughts in your head. So many people are controlled by the enemy that they're being used by the enemy. So the people around you, right? Even though you're trying to make a change and you feel better, you woke up like, yo, I'm a new man. Yo, Jose come through and you told him like, yo, bro, I'm trying to do this because I believe in myself.
Aw,
You're like,
man.
yo, bro, what, bro, you ain't about that life, bro. You a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying?
And I bet you
but
experienced
little you
that.
know that you let that enter your belief system and it became an agreement within
Yeah.
yourself. But little you know that it's coming from a thought from a wrong place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That happened to me so many times, bro. Like anything that I wanted to do, and that's why one of the reasons why, like, I'm guilty of what I said. You need to win the battle of your mind every single day, not just sometimes, because I was losing to it. I would try, bro. She knows, bro. Like, but who doesn't, being young, like who doesn't, you know what I'm saying, be in that age? So let's go party, let's go. And there was so many things I was trying to like take control over by myself. With my own intelligence, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I even went 6 months without having alcohol, you know what I'm saying? Because I just felt, I went a whole year without eating meat. And I just started eating meat like a couple of days ago. You guys know that.
Yeah.
Because I was just trying to find a way to gain control of my own life myself. Because I knew I was like, yo, there's something that I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm just going to starve myself. I got to gain control, but I was trying to do it on my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. But I lost my thought, but yeah, that's it pretty much, Like,
Do you think too? Because there is like a lot of people say, and we'll start as two. Damn, bro, yo, shout out to
Longest
Santi
podcast we
and
ever had.
Jocelyn.
This is lit.
This is double the longest episode we've ever had. I just want to throw one thing out there too, because they also say like you guys got kids, right? So you also
definitely need a part
are you
two
gonna
to
be?
this.
Are you ever gonna be
I
worried
told you,
about?
bro. Time goes fast. I told you.
Are you ever gonna be
If you
worried
called
about
it
the
with me, it was
people
gonna be long.
that they hang out with? Because they because on one end you need to be totally in control of yourself and the energy, right? But I also do believe there's a balance to it, because also you could surround yourself with terrible people, right? And at some point, if they don't want to change,
Your children, you mean?
I'm just saying, you or your children,
So
right?
I feel like my job as a parent is to teach my daughter what I'm also learning and
Yeah.
what I didn't learn growing up, right? When I was growing up, my father tried so hard to protect me from things he didn't want me to do, and I went and did it anyways because I was like, what is he protecting me so much from? It sparked that curiosity. So I feel like my job as a parent, at least in my opinion, as long as I do my job and I'm the cool parent as far as her understanding that I understand her. I want her to grow up knowing that I understand her and that I hear her and that she can come to me and speak to me, because I didn't have that growing up. So I feel like that's gonna help her grow up as a child, like, you know, grow when as she
that's
grows
huge.
up. She's gonna be able to know where to put herself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But-
She's gonna know better. She's gonna have me in the back of her mind. She's gonna have us in the kids are gonna have us in the back of their mind, because we're constantly praying with them. We're constantly, you know, teaching them these things that are important.
Where they place themselves around.
Right. We're raising conscious children.
Because does that battle become harder if you're constantly around
So
bad
many, people, so
influence?
many people think that they just have to hide, and that's what
You
we all
can't. You
do.
gotta
We try
face
to
them.
hide.
Yeah.
We try to hide our fears. We try to do things to hide what we feel, like drugs, like pleasure. We try to hide those things and throw them under the rug. The same way that our parents do, because they don't know any better, so they try to hide. Don't go there. Don't. But instead of like going to the root of teaching the child why you need to feel like that place is not for you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Instead of trying to block you from it.
And that's sometimes why people that grow up being sheltered, when they get older, they sometimes turn out to be some of the worst kids, because
they just
Right.
want to. They just la curiosidad.
Yeah.
Right. That's how
Curiosity.
pretty much how
Yep.
I was. Yeah. Like being overprotective
bro. Me
is
You gotta see it.
Don't help.
it doesn't help.
Once
as a
I
parent.
hit a little bit of freedom, I was long gone.
Me
Y'all
too.
know that,
Right.
Yep.
I was gone.
Versus like the opposite, like me, like my parents were really, really lenient with me for me being able to do things. I did a lot of stupid stuff, but I did them when I was younger, and it didn't impact me for the rest of my life, because I did them at such a young age. If I would have done the things I did 5 years later, I don't know where I'd be right now. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, I might be in prison, I might be dead. Who knows?
That's why it's a good point what you said. The balance might be you give him the freedom, but here's how you live with that freedom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like teach them how to live with the
That's
freedom.
like everything with life. You gotta have balance with everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, y'all want to wrap it up?
Thank you for coming through.
For real,
Thank
big
you for
facts.
coming. This was
This was deep. It was fire. The whole.
Yeah. If y'all made it all the way through, we definitely appreciate you guys. And if you guys made it all the way through, you guys
and
got
we
some. You guys
we
got some
dropping
heat.
this. We ain't
And-
dropping 2 parts. Or
Nah,
nothing.
it's going solid.
all
Two parts.
And
You might as well
like
cut the whole
I
thing.
said at the beginning of this episode, we were gonna have
Cut
some
it off.
fucking fire come through, and that I feel like we easily exceeded that expectation for sure. But,
Just listen and take it in, because Santi and Yocelyn are really learning. They're reading. Me and Zach are trying to get on their level. Like,
Hey,
just
yo, we
take
all
it
in
from
this journey
people.
together. That's it.
Exactly. It's
Facts.
Ain't
progression over
nobody better
perfection.
than nobody.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If you could plant a seed in me, that could help me. Even though, you know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying,
Facts.
you haven't read the books I read. Hey, I'm ready. That's why I'm all the time. I'm like, yo, you got anything for me? You got any suggestions? That you
Always
want me to
open to.
I'm always open,
you
bro,
know,
because
learning.
bro, you don't never know. Everything happens for a reason. People are placed in your life for a reason. There's a reason why we came to this podcast today. There's a
Facts.
reason why you're playing this video. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
a reason why you're listening to us.
Yep, facts.
So
And we
Hey.
hope you guys did gain something from it, because I know for
Absolutely.
sure that.
I hope, because we went so long, that's gonna be the last time.
Hey, listen.
Y'all scared of me now.
All I gotta say is, if you listen to the whole thing, man, you a trooper. We definitely support you guys, and definitely go below.
It's 2 hours. This is light work.
Facts, right? I mean, for real. I mean, really, people spend 3 times this on their social media every single day. Come on, what's 2
Exactly.
hours on?
And this
to
is
learn
an
something?
introduction,
Gotta
man.
play in the background.
Santi will
Yeah,
come
'cause-
through. Y'all should
yeah.
come through more.
Of
Yeah, we
course.
definitely gonna have Tiago back on for sure. But anybody want to add anything?
That's it, man.
Just want to say I'm grateful. I
Yes.
feel grateful for
Thank God for
being
joining.
invited. So
Yes.
thank you very
I
much.
wish you guys nothing but the best. Hey,
Yes,
y'all doing something big here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing something big. Yo, I know you're playing your song, but
No,
I'm
you're
trying to
good.
end it. But
Do your
yo,
thing.
shout out to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Respect. I love y'all.
Love you too, man.
Continue to do your thing, you know?
Big
I look
facts,
up
big
to y'all.
facts. Hey, appreciate it, guys. All right, Pocket, watch out, guys.
Out.